Tung 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 sahur. Tung 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 sahur. Hello, welcome to Limbus Company 2. Goodbye. Welcome to Limbus Company. I decided I would have a different intro today. You know how it is. So, learning from yesterday's failures with destroying my throat a little bit, I've decided to prepare some tea and stuff. So I should be better equipped, because it's probably going to be 10 million pages of reading again. Right. No faffing about today. Let's just... Oh, that's the shop. Let's just pick off where we left off. Pick up where we left off, maybe. Photos. Bogo's Binted, my favorite. Alright, after the battle. Right, let me pour some tea. It is dawning on me just how much I'm gonna have to read again. There we go. It has been poured. It's some sort of tea. It has like fruit in it or something. Mystery tea. I just picked up a random bag that I found in one of the cupboards. I don't actually know. Yeah, it just tastes vaguely of tea and mostly of the honey that I put in so that I wouldn't die. Yeah. Something sits ill with me. Amid the sprawl of S-Corp's back streets, distorted with the flash, Angdu had her gaze fixed somewhere high overhead. And at the end of her gaze are those photographs. A long line stretched across the open air. Photographs hanging from it like laundry clipped to a clothesline. Okay, so honestly, what we're getting so far is that the distortion is kind of a pervert, just taking pictures. You know, like some sort of pervert. Ah, shit. Okay, but what is it laced with? Is it fentanyl? Fentanyl. Sorry. I mistook it for a kumjul boarding rope at first and gave it little attention. Yet upon close look, I saw those pictures hanging from the line. Perhaps they had been strung within the darkroom and remained thus when the distortion took hold. Bizarre. Observation of unaffected elements in this space occupied by a location-type distortion is most irregular. Indeed. The items we bore from the studio have already changed into images of various sites of S-Corp, yet these alone remain as they were. Let's take them down and check them ourselves. Now here's Merceau. Hi. Just as I was wondering if the line was perhaps too high for me to reach, Merceau stepped forward and plucked a few photos off it, and the instant he brought them to me... Ow! My eyes. My eyes. We heard another pop, and again a bright white flash blinded my vision for a moment. Thank you, Merceau, for flash-banging me. Yeah. Hold on, let me do a authentic Gregor impression. Good grief. This distortion likes to change its mind. It keeps... Okay, I'm not gonna continue doing that bit. It keeps switching between S-Corp and N-Corp. I shouldn't have done that. I feel like all of the work I did with the tea has just been evaporated. This feels like getting caught in the flashbang detonation. My whole body tenses up, then goes slack right after. The other sceners were busy grumbling about the distortion and its sudden jumps, except for Merceau, who stood right in front of me with the photos still held out in his hand. No, I was just... Yeah, I was just doing a Grigger. You know, because of the lung cancer. Anyway. Oh, you didn't drop him. Of course not. Why would he? You didn't tell him to do that. No. Thank you, Merceau. I'm glad we can depend on you, forever and always. He gave his usual short answer, then returned to his attention to the cylinder he had been shaking. He took the film out of the container and flicked the liquid off with clean, controlled motions. Is the processing finally done? Wait, we're back here with the lights on now. Is it okay to take the film out? Yes. Exposure to light will not damage the film once development is complete and the image is fixed. There is no cause for concern. That's a relief. I couldn't say I followed all the technical details, but no cause for concern was all I needed to hear. Sighing in relief, I held up the photographs so I could take a proper look. So, see anything odd in there, Manager Bud? There are people in them. The people in the photographs all look different from one another. I think that's a plant. But close enough. Right, we have bread, old person, and two evil people. Plant, but dead. And hold on, let me rotate my entire body. I think that's probably just some guy. If I had to pick one similarity between them, though, they all looked cold and indifferent. I don't know. I feel like these guys are kind of weird and creepy. Yeah, that's the city, alright. Ordinary folks you'd see anywhere. These aren't like the photos we picked up at the studio earlier. Are these the kind of photographs they used to make canned experiences? What was that? The scenery around us seemed to ripple just now. Yup. Now, the stranger is right here in front of us, so I can't really say that, you know, the picture could have been him. Would be a lot thicker, and just a lot sexier in general. You know how it is. If anything, it reminded me of the CG of Faust with the umbrella, but that's completely unrelated. I was about to ask Faust if she'd also felt the strange sensation, but it faded away too soon, or soon enough, even. Perhaps it's nothing serious. Maybe it was just a spell of random vertigo. Is it even possible to get dizzy when I've got a clock for a head? No. Okay, thanks, Marceau. Ah, there we go, that's a little cup of tea done. So now I am ready and reinvigorated and such. Marceau must have noticed that I was out of sorts for a moment, because he seemed to pause on purpose before answering my question. No? I thought you said the Doku Grey Force. Take these photos to put into canned experiences. Raw ingredients for canned experience are handled exclusively by the by the fucking whatever that is. Grand Magazine Sisyphe? What is the Grand Magazine of Sisyphus? What is magazine? There is no known method for external parties to access them. Sisyphe what? Oh, I think I've heard of it. Canned experiences, right? Yes. Good job, Ishmael. Good job. That is what we were talking about. They're in high demand in other districts too, but the only brand stamped on them is Genshin Impact. Same name every time. Sinclair, you're on my screen now, so I guess, okay, whatever, it's okay, I can do it. I remember some of my classmates bragging about trying them whenever exam weeks came around. Never had one myself, though. I can't really explain it, but something about them just feels kind of wrong. It's that popular, huh? The kids are smoking canned experience. The unprocessed base content of canned experience, known as experience batter. Okay, the kids are smoking experience batter. Is supplied by reprocessing factories, where docugraphers fine-tune the experience's details. Photographs are primarily used for that purpose. They can fine-tune experience? I mean, I guess this kind of just seems like the brain dances from Cyberpunk, pretty much. An easier example for understanding would be to consider why docugraphers take pictures of subjects such as buildings. A purchaser may wish to experience living in a luxurious building that they could never afford. Another may wish to vent out impulses of violence by experiencing the burning of an expensive property. Demand for haute couture canned experience is increasing by day. So that's why the photos from earlier were all fancy buildings. Yes, manager. Conversely, information concerning ordinary experience that can easily be encountered in reality is in low demand. Then why photograph these residents at all? Perhaps these were not images harvested for their commodity value, but pure photography in and of itself. Mayhap they have been captured for a desire to seize a vanishing instant through a lens. There are people who take photographs, knowing that it would cost an exorbitant sum. I have seen some before. A staggering amount of money just to take a single photo. That is, if they could even manage to find a photographer who'd take the risk and help take the picture. I'm not so crass as to put a price on sentiment and nostalgia, but spending this much money on film rolls, what could have made this investment worth it? I'd say, maybe this just isn't a matter of sentiments, or memories even. Leafing through the photographs, I quietly expressed my thoughts. Executive manager? Are you high? I'm not exactly an authority on distortions, but I know they manifest through desires or emotions that become warped in bizarre ways. But everything the distortion has shown us so far points back to S-Corp. That is, the S-Corp from the past that only Kim and Angdu would have seen and remembered. These photos, though, they're completely untouched by the distortion. Doesn't that feel off? There must be a strong fixation at play here, strong enough to slip past even a distortion. And if that obsession is something that refuses to let these memories be influenced, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do the vocal stem. I think our next step should be to look for the people in the photos. These photographs are the only undistorted, unaltered clues we have. Dante says it would be advisable to locate the people shown in these photographs. Ooh, good idea. Team leader did say that we should accept input from the LCB with open arms. Hey, Yangdu, can you get me the office catalog? We'll probably need to commission an office affiliated with 7 Association. Let's look for one that can take the request right away. Hold on. Okay. Just checking something, don't worry. Can someone tell Ezra we're fine? I think I know where to find these people. Dante says one of the people shown in the photos has already been found. What? When? How? Well, guess I'm just having a lucky day. I don't know why I said that like some sort of Unreal Engine 5 remake line. You know, the video of Mario and then... sorry. I pulled the radio from my waist and switched it on without answering Ezra's question. What was that? Yeah, whatever. I think she said, do we regroup, clock? That one was especially hard to understand, Ryoshu. Denied little bastard. Roja's with you, right? Can you put her on? Okay. Roja, you there? What? Dante wants to talk. One sec. I kinda went overboard with the bread and pastries. My hands are completely full over here. Pastries? Oh god, we have 2 fat asses now. Just one of everything. Neat. Can you grab extra brioche and baguettes for me too? Love the ones from that street. They're so good. Hold on, I gotta readjust the pile if I wanna... Just throw them on TF. They're packaged. Yoshu, you can't treat food like that, okay? Bread is, bakers have feelings too, you know? What do you think the baker would feel if they knew someone was treating their precious babies like trash? Yeah, it's just we're having the... the fat-ass union, I suppose. This scabbard is rattling again for no reason. Anyway, Dante, can you give me a sec if you need me to fight? Just need to cram these into my pockets real quick. No, it's not a fight. Huh? Then what's this about? I took a closer look at the words written on the wicker basket in the first photograph Merceau had brought me. Oh, this. Yeah, that's the baker. Where's that bakery you're at? Okay, do I get to play the video game now? Or do I get to read the video game? Oh, they... No! Hold on. So far... Okay. Yeah, there's only been 2 fights. They're really sparing with... they're really sparing with the battles right now. It's okay, I love... Bread Queen? Hell yeah. Okay, sure, go get it. Oh, I know what you're looking for. I don't know what that was. What was that voice? The owner of the bakery was a woman holding the same wicker basket as the one in the photograph. I think it's the same woman, in fact. She took one glance at the picture I held up for her and gave a quick nod. This man, he works in Cannery 17 right next. He's a regular. He used to drop by every morning to buy sandwiches to share with his co-workers. Haven't seen him around lately, though. And those co-workers, I assume they were wearing the same uniform. Asking the question on my behalf, Otis showed the baker another photograph. Probably. He was always wearing one, too. I guess it's the cannery uniform. This confirms our lead, Executive Manager. A few inquiries at that cannery should bring us to the information we need. Oh, she's very happy about her deductive skills. Yeah, you're right, but it's just that she doesn't seem very concerned at all. She's one of the people in the photos that weren't affected by the distortion, right? Thought she'd be a close acquaintance. Allow me to verify, Executive Manager. Do you know the name of this regular you spoke of? His name? Am I supposed to know that? No. It's okay. You don't have to do anything, Bread Queen. As long as you're Bread Queen, I think no one can hold you accountable for anything. Though I wasn't expecting her to actually know his name. The apathy evident in her voice gave me pause. He took a photo of you. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you're well acquainted with him? Oh, that. Oh, she didn't like that. The baker's demeanor changed when Otis pressed the point. She gave a strange, unsettling smile before pulling something from her apron pocket. A thin and round, can-like object. He said he'd give me 5 of these scanned experiences for free if I let him take my picture. Even said he'd throw in the docugraph of the building of my choice. He docugraphs buildings, right? I hear he even takes work trips to the nest every now and then, so I asked him to get me a docograph of this lovely mansion I saw by the nest suburbs. I know I'll never get to afford a beautiful place like that, but this way I could at least experience what it's like. And gosh, it was everything I'd ever hoped for. Okay, she's a bit crazy with it. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was a distinct eeriness to that dreamy, blissful smile on the baker's face that sent a chill down my spine. Young Marceau, are these scanned experiences truly possessed of such marvels? To pluck all semblance of reason from one's countenance? They maintain high demand across the city. District 14 is only one of several markets. Dost thou mean that those who indulge in canned experiences may experience venturing on an expedition to the Great Lake and bungee jumping off the summit of that skyscraper yonder as they remain seated where they are? I suppose that's what he implied. No? They may. However... Oh, a magic can, allowing one to pursue any dream the heart may conceive. Verily, I confess mine own soul is much tempted. It differs from pursuing a dream. Oh, he really didn't like that. Why is he so angry? Mass-produced canned experiences are made from base experience matter mixed with various modified information. The resulting end product enables intense stimulation through altered memory. Therefore, it is unlike the dream as expressed by Don Quixote. A piece of memory refined along the numerous processing stages of the cannery's production lines is not equivalent to genuine experience, meaning the usage of experience in her previous statements must also be amended. He's really pissed. Memories altered for intense simulation. That does sound quite shady. How doth this cast a shade upon the boons granted by the can? Adventures and tales are, forsooth, inclined toward a little grandeur. It is because the memories provided by canned experiences are extremely vivid. Statistics have shown that users of cans interpret them as authentic experiences and become dependent on them. Yeah, okay, so it's just like a really, really detailed and vivid drug trip, I suppose. A possible cause of the formation of dependence patterns is that Kant experiences allow one to feel as if one has achieved a dream that is, in reality, impossible. Wrong canto, buddy. Art thou implying that the users are made content with devouring forged dreams stored in instant-use cans? Worse still, the user may no longer strive to chase dreams in the waking world. For the sweeter and more splendidly a dream is embellished, the more impossible it will appear to be grasped within one's own hands. I'm surprised she's not doing the did you call thing that Yisang loves doing so much. To become a cause for surrender, instead of inciting one to march forth, verily, doth it not annul the significance of dreaming itself, if the resultant dream rouseth not the spirit to gallop toward it? Whether that annuls its significance, I cannot know. But they sell well. So, how much will you be buying? Buy what? You came barging in with all these questions, and I was patient enough to answer them politely, wasn't I? Don't you think you owe me a sale or two? Of course, Bread Queen, I'm so sorry. You're not about to leave without buying a single loaf after crowding up my bakery and scaring off my customers, are you? I would never dare to do such a thing. Her case was on point, actually. With our whole group gathered round, the passers-by gave us a wide berth and hurried on, whispering among themselves. Nobody was about to come in and buy bread like that. Come on, lady. I practically cleared your shelf already, didn't I? You did? Where the hell are you keeping all that, then? Do you even gotta ask? Of course I had some already, and the rest is safely tucked in my coat pockets so we can all share later. And by we, of course. Well. So you already ate some. Let's buy a little more. It's true we scared off the other customers. Understood. Given that the expense is made to facilitate this operation, the lack of prior budgeting should not pose a problem. Oh shit, he's here! Or a monster. Oh nice. Sesame rice bun for me, please. It was Kim. He really did have a knack for making an entrance at the least expected moments. Hey, mister! Where have you been this whole time? Wait. Be cross with me all you like, but just give me a moment. Ezra paused, waiting in puzzled anticipation. Only for Kim to take a sesame rice bun from the baker's hands and chomp into it. Alright, I'm ready. Fucking waste of bread. Ezra's angry fist drove straight into Kim's solar plexus, folding him to the ground like a crumpled sack of potatoes as he rolled. She fucking killed him! At this rate, the owner might start charging us for the whole bakery next, roof and all. Best get away from here. Manager. Okay, well, bamboo-headed Kim's dead, rest in peace. We'll see you, I don't know, after the universe reset at the end of Canto 12 or whatever's gonna be happening there. Merceau approached me as we walked down the street, with Ezra and Kim still squabbling behind us. He was holding a roll of something brown and tightly coiled. I have completed development of the film, per your instruction. Oh, so this is the film in that canister you were shaking. Do I just unroll it? Hold it against the sun or other sources of light. As it is a reversal film, the images should be visible as they were photographed. I had no idea what a reversal film meant. To be fair, neither do I. But I did as he said and unrolled the film. Okay, I can see it. Ah, that's pretty cool. Oh, is it showing? Can I see too? No. Move it over a bit. Let me have a look too. It was hard to make out the details because the images were too small, but I could still tell the strip was packed with almost identical pictures. Is this the same person in every shot? In the same pose in all of them? Ah, you're right. No, wait a second. See the arm there? The further along the strip you go, the lower it gets. Yeah, you gotta take a drink after every single time Gregor shows up on screen. Yeah, and the head looks like it's turning to the right. Huh? We were all squinting up at the tiny frames on the film when Sinclair suddenly flinched and went stiff like he'd seen something he shouldn't have. A second later, all color drained. What's wrong, little Swiss boy? Sinclair? What's the matter? This reminded me of something I learned in school. Why is that so scary? You draw a picture in the corner of a stack of notes or a thick book in the exact same spot on... Oh my god. Do they not know what movies are? In the exact same spot on every page. You start with... They have live streams. They have live streamers. I'm sure they know what a movie is. You start with the arms down, then you take one small change on each page. Nudge the arms up higher and higher until they're raised all the way up. And when you flip the pages fast enough, the drawings stop looking like separate images. The still figure starts moving. That class was called Introduction to Motion Pictures. Why is that so scary? Why is he so scared? What's wrong? I remember the teacher saying that video footage we watch are all made the same way. Are you saying that this is... It's a continuous sequence of still images? Ooh. Why is it so scary? We're just learning about what a movie is. Hold on, I need more tea. That's the rest of it. Oh. Okay. It spilled a little bit. I'm gonna have to clean up my table now. Hold on. I brought a towel for this exact purpose because I knew this would happen. Because the thermos is really, really bad. Okay, there you go. All good. All good. The arrangement of the frames suggests that this film strip is highly likely to constitute footage, a violation of N-Corp's taboo. Yes, I mean, okay. Now, taking video is a taboo, but they have live streamers, don't they? So, whatever. I guess we'll learn. Now we do battle. At long last. Yeah, I guess we'll just go with this. Ah! Poopies. As soon as I registered Merso's words, my hand reflexively threw the film to the ground. Are we gonna be okay? We might have just broken a taboo. My mind began to race, rapidly traveling back through our journey, specifically to the time when Don Quixote had smashed that window at K-Corp and caused the wing to wipe out our team multiple times over. I felt faint. At least we had Virgilius with us then, and it ended up being not that big of a deal at the end of the day since I could still revive the sinners, but... Sumness taboos can get us in serious trouble just for carrying anything that has to do with them, can't they? I hurriedly turned toward the sinners, many of whom looked every bit as troubled as I felt. Still, no, she's very happy about it. She's pleased with herself. A few of them expressed a casual lack of concern, citing all the crazy things we've gone through so far. Miss Faust, what'll happen to us if this gets the manager killed? Okay. So this is it, huh? Stop freaking out, guys. They're not dying and we'll be fine. N-Corp's not gonna kill you on the spot just for possessing a film roll. Really? Well, it might be a problem if the film roll does contain genuine recorded footage, but it's not like you guys had a hand in filming it, right? When N-Corp dudes get here to pick it up, just comply with their commands, thank them for their service, and nicely hand it over to the authorities. And everything should be A-okay. Well, N-Corp is a, you know, kind of German so far. It's not American, so it might work. There's a possibility that everything will not be okay. Thanks for the reassurance, Merceau. Eh? Because I have developed the contents of that film roll in that darkroom. Ah. And why... no, I mean, I was gonna ask why didn't he say that that would be a problem, but I know why. It's because no one asked him. The court will take the lack of intentionality into consideration. However, it is very likely that my actions will be deemed as aiding the primary violator of the taboo. Really? But... Team leader said that N-Corp has their own regulatory standards regarding image quality, which they use to determine the severity of taboo violation. If the footage's image quality or frame rate is within regulations, N-Corp won't be sicking their fixers on our butts right away. And that could buy us time to give our company some leverage to make a deal. however small it might be. But what they're really sniffing around for is how close to reality the video is, or how close of an experience it provides to real life. So even if we're really, really unlucky and they actually come after us, it's going to be fine as long as the footage is low fidelity, probably. Oh, he didn't like that. He's getting... Why is he so pissed? He hates this intervallo. He does not want to be here. So, what exactly does frame rate within regulations entail? It means that the interval between each frame shouldn't be, like, super brief. Think about photo slideshows. They only show you one image every few seconds, so it doesn't feel real or vivid, right? You can technically call them motion pictures, but there's no vividness required to violate their taboo. So, is the entire taboo just, like... Does it exist so they can sell canned experience and not get competed with by just people taking videos? Because I think that might be just what it is. Just capitalistic despotism, I suppose. Then, let us analyze this film roll and see how vivid it really is. Merceau, I trust that you are knowledgeable in subjects concerning N-Corp, yes? Cooperate. Could this film roll be considered a violation of the taboo? Otis picked up the film from the ground and showed it to Merceau. That cannot be determined. Unless each frame is thoroughly analyzed and compared with adjacent... Without waiting for Merceau to finish, Otis unrolled the film roll and raised it against the sky. The rest of you, get over here. We must analyze these frames. The film canister was labeled experiment, so I assume the culprit had created this as a test run of sorts. An experiment to see how close they could get to violating a taboo, and testing the limits of the law. It may even be a mere collection of similar photographs that are pretending to be recorded footage. The sinners all gathered around Otis and look up toward the unrolled film in unison. Here, the flower pot moves between frames, doesn't it? The docugraphor couldn't possibly have moved the pot while also holding down the shutter button. I don't see any difference. See here, the expression risen on the subject's visage appears rather stiff. Maybe they're just a gloomy sort. He was American there. Perhaps, yet observe closer. The stiffness arises not from gloom, but from strain to maintain it. Ooh, if that's the case, maybe the subject really is trying to fake an actual footage by moving very, very slowly. That's a pretty convincing theory, but I'm not sure if that's enough to conclude that we're in the clear just yet. That's when Bamboo-Headed Kim, who had been sprawled on the ground ever since Ezra punched him... Oh, okay, he was just lying there. Stepped into the conversation. Let's see. Look at the shadow cast on the windowsill. See how it noticeably shifts between each frame. Whoever made this knows their craft for sure, but I can't imagine a backstreets dweller would have any way to mess with the sun's trajectory. Then the likely scenario must be that the creator of this film roll deliberately made its subject move very slowly from frame to frame, creating a series of disconnected photos that, when played sequentially, would look like footage that violates a taboo, in which case, the film roll does not violate the nest's taboo, correct? That is highly probable. So he says, Executive Manager, we should be in the clear for now, at least in regards to aiding the violation of a wing's taboo. Whew. But if he was willing to go through this much trouble just to test N-Corp's patience, it's hard to believe that he'd have stopped here. Based on all available evidence, Executive Manager, it seems reasonable to conclude that the inflection point of this case is a taboo violator on the run. But what motive would they have to do that? Sure, working for a wing subsidiary has nothing on being an actual wing employee. But it's still pretty up there when it comes to carriers available in the backstreets. Oh, work for a subsidiary long enough. Okay, enough of that. You might even get transferred to a factory job in a nest. That gives you a pretty okay chance at better life, so... Maybe he was just tired of living that kind of life. Everyone has one of those days, don't they? The sudden feeling that you could be doing more than live the rest of your life in a 9-to-5 hell. The drive to do something, like hunting whales, that takes you away from the pressure of trying to make a life. Something about what Ishmael said must have tickled Bamboo-Headed Kim, because he suddenly whipped around toward her and shook his head. Maybe. But how many of those people do you think are capable of throwing away everything they've built on a whim? From what I've seen, maybe our culprit just likes to play with fire. Play with fire? Yeah. Must have started by doing something that technically doesn't count as a taboo, and inched on and on until he brushed thrillingly close to one. One thrilling shot through this camera, and another with the next, until eventually he ended up recording actual footage. Cool. Then that leaves the question of what the heck was he trying to do with it? Might have been trying to screen it using a projector, where all of his parts. My tongue got tied. For all of this part of the backstreets to see. What? But wouldn't that make everyone here, even those who unwittingly came across the projection? Right on. He'd have made those folks violators of the taboo. Why would anyone... So would you care to explain how you know that, Mr. Breadbrain? I asked around on the opposite street, and apparently some guy's been going around asking the workshops if they could make him a projector. Seemed like most of them turned him down, but they also said that he stopped showing up after a certain point. First, fair to guess that he got his hands on a projector somehow. Alas, is it not a taboo of N-Corp to view recorded videos? Pray tell, why would any sane mind... Well, it ain't a taboo if you only made a projector, innit? Backstreet blokes are down for anything as long as there's coin. Huh. So how do we track this guy down? Multiple individuals in the same garb as the Pinframe team have just been identified in the vicinity. They are all carrying the same briefcase. Oh, well, isn't that convenient? Maybe we can play this like a festival or a convention and just tail people who look like they're involved with what we're looking for, so they'll lead us to wherever we need to go. Indeed. At architecture conventions, there would be those in formal plaid shirts and suspenders milling about, and I could always trust them to lead me to the convention venue. And was it common for those plaid shirt fellows to look around like they're scanning the area? Did they also go around checking people against photographs? Collect evidence, please. Advice for... I don't know what that was either, but it's his voice now. They also radioed each other, glaring at people like they're glaring at us. Perhaps you could answer that series of queries yourself. Nope. This crowd sure don't look like they're gonna let us follow them. Why is Dante American all of a sudden? Well, sometimes he just gets American, I guess. What can you do? Alright. It's these guys again. They've got nails. Makes sense. Icy Incorp Class 2 staff. Do they have the picture? Intelligence gathering. Would be nice to see what skill has been intelligence gathered. But oh well. You go here. Yeah, you just do this. That's getting Israel, okay. Fair enough. And, yeah, just kill them. Murder. Yeah, there we go. Right, that's the intelligence gathering, so she's gonna be pride skill down. Honestly. Oh, hello, Carmen. I'm battling at the moment. But I feel like unless you use a skill 1, there's very little chance of the photographing to like do anything. Because it's definitely not gonna... I mean, there's very little chance that it's going to affect a higher skill anyway. Okay, what are you doing? Just... okay, have fun following the prescripts. Hold on. How much can we get? It's good enough. It's a good enough number. What is this? What are you doing? Okay. Great. You just do this, I suppose. It's one-sided, because you're slow. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure it will do just fine. There you go. Go kill them. Honestly, so far, I would say the battles in this are quite easy, considering how sparse they are. This is like the third fight so far, and it is kind of just these guys who die very easily. I do wonder if we're gonna get transported again. That's kind of cool, even though it's scary. But you know, what can you do? Alright. Heathcliff? Wow, that was kind of underwhelming. It's okay, Angdu was gonna get him. And I wasted a counter like an idiot somehow. That was my bad. This guy, kill him. Then kill this guy. You can kill this guy. I'm sure you can manage. Here. Are you still photographed? No. Okay. Right. And yeah, just hit him. Okay. What is she even fighting with? Was that just that was some sort of drill? Kinda messed up, honestly. Alright. Does look like, if these guys are anything to go by, the next season is probably going to be Tremor. Potentially. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, Tremor and I guess Nails might come back. That's Bleed. Ugh. More Bleed. We need more Bleed. I don't know what I would do without it. Who has like a shitty attack? You, but you need to use it against this guy. Alright, here. Yes. Congratulations. You are now one of my elite sinners. And just beat these guys up. Go. I hope they add 20 more Tremor effects, and all of them override each other. And you can't use more than 2 at once. I hope every unit has a different Tremor, and all of them do like Tremor plus some sort of damage. You know, Tremor plus Nails damage. And it's Nail Tremor. And it does not scale off of Bleed. Okay. That's unfortunate. But it's alright because Heathcliff gets him. I mean, we love Tremor in this house. It's my most beloved status effect. Is this all of them? That is all of them. Oh, someone's playing Deadlock. It keeps popping up. I don't think it's visible on stream. It is visible on Steam, but not on stream. But people do be playing Deadlock. Yeah, I know, right? It's quite unfortunate. But what can you do? Okay, one guy. Unfortunately, I don't get to kill him with the Furioso. So he just dies. He dies to Angdu, and I didn't even get to kill him. Okay, well that was our one combat for the next 5 story nodes. I hope. Oh, we actually get to fight again. Would you look at that? Okay. It's the same guys, very well. Now there's 12 of them though. Let's see, do I press the magic button? I feel tempted, I do have to say. There you go. Now it's a little bit personalized. Already? I still have no idea when she unpacks, but I guess it's just when she uses a skill 3. Hold on, I'm gonna read. I have to read. As long as, I mean, as soon as the turn ends, of course. Oh. Okay, so that's a nail gun. Bah. Hell yeah. They are kind of swaggy with it. Honestly. Like, they're not too swaggy, but a little, maybe a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. I'm not sure if... Okay, Well, there are words I can't say because it's, you know, Pride Month, but, you know... Don't worry about it, honestly. Let's just say that, you know, they're a little jiggy with it, just a little bit. Okay, so these guys are photographed, and I have no idea which skill is photographed. So, we're just gonna fuck it and ball. How do you... Is this in passives? First seal removed. Second seal removed. Oh my lord. But, how do you seal the sword? I mean, unseal the sword. Okay. Well, this unit's sword is sealed sword at less than 80% HP. Use time to unpack, regardless of rising fever. Okay. So it's tied to rising fever, is it? Okay. Stamp of Vengeance, activating 6+ resin. Right, sorry, I just had to read. I know that's very scary. I know we're playing Limbus Company, and that can be maybe a bit offensive to the player base, but I had to do a little bit of reading. Why is it? You're slow. Okay, that's why. Very well. Nothing to be done. He has 70 health. Let's kill this guy. Yeah, they'll figure it out, I'm sure. If anything, Ezra and Angdu are gonna figure it out, clearly. They're doing pretty good. I mean, honestly... Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm LARPing. I'm LARPing Limbus Company. I shouldn't be reading, I know. But, fuck, what was I gonna say? I forgot. No. Yeah, I was gonna say that the support units have gotten a lot better than the original ones, but I'm not sure if that's honestly needed in these fights. No, I'm sorry for LARPing. I shouldn't. Hey you, what are you doing in a place like this? There you go. That's my daily LARP out of the way. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I will never LARP again. I will never read. I refuse to read from now on. I'm never gonna do it again. Please forgive me. I don't wanna go into the light. I don't wanna. Alright, let's do the middle thing, because it's funny. Who is fighting this? Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I have dementia. You kill this guy. And what are you supposed to be doing? Oh, it's on this. Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure it out. Alright. This should get rid of a few of them. Hopefully. There we go. Compliments from Big Sister. Or, I guess Mama in this case. It's a great sister anyway. I really am a LARPer. What am I talking about? Someone euthanize me? Oh, oh. Bye-bye. Right. He also comes in to assist. Ideal. I just said oh, they're both glowing. I just said a Yisang dog whistle. Okay, what are you doing? Where's the... There it is. Okay, so that guy's dead. This is the big skill. So I'm just gonna use it here. We don't get much purple here, but... Nah. We don't get much. We don't get enough. That's Angdu clashing with him. He's also dead. So someone kill this guy. Can you kill this guy? You can. You kill him. And then I guess the rest of you just kill these guys. Oh. There you go. You know what? Hex Snail. Sure. Why not? Sure. No. It can't be written in the book. I don't wanna. I'm using the middle units right now. Hold on. Can I get the image? No, not right now. I could get the image, probably. But, you know. Tricked me, did you? You go anywhere on... You go anywhere on, like, Project Moon TikTok and it's just that image. Hold on. I can multitask. I'm a Limbus player, I don't have to focus, I don't have to read, I can multitask. I don't even need to see what's going on. Do I have to download it? Probably. Why is it a WebP? Why is it a WebP? Who designed? Who made WebP images? Who did it? Can that guy go in the fucking Book of Vengeance? Can he go there? Can he die? I know it was some, like, Microsoft employee who was like, I'm gonna do something really funny. I'm gonna do something extremely hilarious right about now. And they're never gonna see this one coming. Hold on, P plus enter. Ooh, they're not even just killing one guy. Okay. There you go. See, I'm testing my... What I'm really doing is I'm testing my acumen as a streamer. Image. Image. Whoa. Where am I? Where am I? I'm lost. I'm lost. There it is. There you go. This is the image. It's on screen now. That's all. I just wanted to see if I can put it on screen. You'll have to, yeah, you'll have to excuse me. Nice axe. I'm just, you know, training myself as a streamer. I'm getting better at it. But honestly, I think the image applies to WebPs in general. That Ricardo image is how I feel when I try to download something. And it's a fucking WebP file. Anyway, enough about WebP files. I don't think anyone cares. Alright. Kill him. Sinners! Kill that guy. I think I still have a little bit of tea left, maybe. Oh, I did, and it was way too sweet. That was not mixed properly. Okay. Kudos to this battle, because I spent half of it not looking at it. I hope that I hope that me reading can be made up for by the fact that I did not look at the screen for most of this fight. Okay. Who is this? Who is this? They're the scary Oni enemies, but who is that? I guess we'll see. Hardly a challenge. What a what? Whew. Well, at least they're not much of a... Okay, I'm not... I really need to stop doing the smoker Gregor. You're not much of a fighter one-on-one. Whatever, I did it again. Service de Clou is not a combat specialized department. While they have all undergone basic combat training for exigent circumstances, they are not prepared for head-on conflicts such as this. Yeah, I noticed. They kept taking pictures of us with those briefcases. I'm guessing that's their primary job description. What are they snapping away for, then? Whispering behind our backs like a load of creeps. Collecting photos to include in the report for their higher-ups, I'd wager? I can kind of see how they would think that we're involved in this somehow. Every time they followed a lead, they ended up encountering us. It's hardly a surprising rationale. Merceau stood a footstep away from the rest of the sinners and watched in silence as they tried to come up with an explanation. What is he thinking? What is it that he wishes to say? Or is he simply contemplating, observing without any preconceived notions in his mind? His silence shouldn't have been any different from his usual reticence, but as though by some chance or whim. Hey, Merceau? I was struck by the sense of brief yet distinct strangeness, and was compelled to speak with him, thinking that perhaps his character needs a bit more developing, before we go into Canto 10, the gaze bearing, trademark. Yes, manager. Don't hesitate to let me know if there's something you want to say, but aren't sure if you're supposed to say it. Yes, manager. I will do as you ordered should one such circumstance occur. As always, his reply was as deflatingly concise and direct, as though he had some rule of his own that told him this was the specific response for situations like these. Okay, but I'm talking about right now, actually. Do you have anything to say right now? No, I do not. It did not appear to me that he was trying to hide anything, or choosing his words in response to my question. His reply was simply that, an answer, nothing more. Yes, a prepared answer written down in a list of responses. That's what it felt like to me. He really is ChatGPT sometimes, isn't he? I feel bad for saying that, but I mean, it's kind of what he does sometimes. That's what it felt like to me, as though this particular answer had always been the only one he had available for situations like this. I cannot fulfill that request. Clearly, prodding him for answers wasn't going to get me anywhere, so, with a curt, sure, if you say so, I turned away from him and took off to join the other sinners. As I did so, a few words lingered at the tip of my proverbial tongue, asking to be let out, so I did. Would have been nice to know what you were looking at. Oh, he's angry again. What is my model doing? The fuck was that? Why is he doing a jiggy? Anyway, he's very angry, this Intervallo. What is up with that? Of that, he spoke. I cannot form a judgment. Okay, never mind. There's nothing. What? That is because the precise definition and nature of the subject of my gaze are just as unknown to me as to you. What? Should you point to an object or an enemy, I can provide a verbal explanation based on my current knowledge. If you require such information, please rephrase your question accordingly. Had I asked him again then, had I tried to get to the bottom of that line of questioning, could I have found myself the smallest peek into Merceau's psyche, which had remained entirely shrouded in mystery even after an entire year of traveling together? I suppose that's not up for me to judge as well. Manager. Yeah? Another battle is imminent. As you have previously instructed, I have informed you of an imminent battle. Thanks, Merceau. Well, I mean, he's kind of... He's just really... Before ChatGPT's invention, you would say he's just very concise and, you know, very, not simple-minded, but... I mean, precise. Yes, precise is the word. If you don't ask something... Well, it's just... Okay. It's just autism, to be honest. Yeah, like actual real autism, not what people on Twitter talk about when they talk about like Don Quixote, when they mostly just mean like, I don't know, the ADHD or something. But like he's actually, yeah, which makes sense given, you know, what he's based on. He does what you tell him to do. He sees, you know, he takes note of everything. He's very observant. But if you don't give him concise instructions, then how is he supposed to see into your head? Anyhow. Yo, boss clock. Are you just gonna sit there all day while we do all the fighting? They're pouring out of that building over there. So they must have been on their way to that building. Our path ahead seems clear, Executive Manager. Let us neutralize those foes and head up there. Gotcha. Be right there. That brief lull of battle came to a close, and battling enemies who arrived precisely at the time Merceau had predicted, we made our way into the building. Bloody hell. And blokes we fought downstairs must have been the weaker ones of the bunch. How does N-Corp have so many guys on their payroll? There's no end to them. It is a wing, after all. What should this guy sound like? Are these the taboo violators? I thought the culprit worked alone. No, I'm quite certain they're the ones from the subsequent reports. The N-Corp fixers appeared just as confused as we were. It was clear to me that they were expecting to find the taboo violator here, not a big group of a dozen or so people. What were they thinking? Sending fodder like us to deal with an organized taboo violation? They should have sent taboo hunters here instead. Why do you think they told us to consume canned experience containing mass melee combat? They must have thought our current manpower would suffice to deal with this. I don't know about that. Wait, wasn't there an extra report that one of them's a... All of a sudden... With a sudden click, the room began to buzz with the metallic whir of some machinery. And immediately, I could tell what it was. Yeah, it's probably this. It's a bit hard to ignore. Little Madoka Magica witch projector. Distortion. Standing in the middle of the shabby room was a device I wasn't sure if I had seen before. The exterior was plastered with strange shapes that looked similar to what we saw on the Chinook-kun's faces in our earlier battles, making it difficult to grasp its full shape. The round object affixed to it began to rotate slowly, with the dull, worn-out groan of a thing past its prime. Men! Shield your eyes! The moment it began to emit a faint ray of light, Otis thundered in a commanding voice. I quickly turned away as well, making sure not to catch even a glimpse of it. The device could be playing a recorded video, Executive Manager. Even a brief look at it could constitute a taboo violation. Shit! I saw that. I'm so finished! Oh, he's done. He done. Just as panic began creeping up into the voices of several unlucky individuals. Oh man, oh folks. Oh, sorry. Oh man. Folks, this is starting to get a little embarrassing. A sleepy voice breaks through the darkness past my, metaphorically speaking, shut eyes. Mentor? Eyes open, Angel. What's wrong with everyone? Got dust in your eyes. Hell's wrong with you? Don't you know that anyone who watches even a split second of a recorded video in N-Corp gets... Of course I know. But I watched it anyway. Open your eyes, esteemed fellows. This motion picture isn't recorded. Hang on. He's right. That video's not a recording. We're not finished. We're not finished. Why are my eyes closed? Possibly emboldened by Kim's comment, or perhaps believing that seeing the video could be excused as incidental exposure incurred while subduing violators, the N-Corp employees also opened their eyes and began to mutter amongst themselves. Is that thing talking to us? It finally allowed myself a good look at the machine, which was firing a conical beam of light against the side of the wall. And this was its message, delivered via white words on a black background. I don't know about that. Oh, there it is. How do you voice act a camera? I don't know. So I guess I'll just do it normally. Though you've tracked me down this far, after what I went through to take refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience without even a care about the real thing. Case number TC3224. You are under suspicion of a Category 3 violation. Reveal yourself now and forfeit your illegal recordings. Should you comply, we will... What is foolery but witless buffoonery in the absence of fools? The hollowed vessel, bereft of all but lingering delusions, grants not even a brutal of echo to the dogged Hold on. I need to go on Why am I doing the shuffle? Stop shuffling! I reinstalled VTube Studio. I think I forgot to change the settings. Oh, what's the word? I need to look up the word. Excoriation. What does that mean? Excoriation disorder? What? Can you give me the definition, please? I don't want fucking AI overview. Fuck off. The act of abrading... Oh, so like abrasion. Or wearing off the skin. Chafing and excoriating the skin. Okay. I see. It really needs to stop doing the jiggy. Okay, so I guess it's sort of synonymous with abrasion. Right, so I guess he's just speaking in tongues. What's this fella on about? If you mean to obstruct our official duties, we won't hesitate to use force. Clang. Without even so much as turning around, bamboo-hatted Kim raised his sword and parried away the N-Corp employee's nail-shaped weapon. I'm only speaking as my whim guides me, my dear fellows. No need to get so huffy. I only aim to say that this abomination has no consciousness. After what I went through to take refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience without even a care about the real thing. It's repeating the same sentences over and over. Now, that does make me wonder. Was I just as far gone when I distorted? Past all words and reason? I mean, if anyone has an answer to that question, it'd be you folks, right? Kim said nothing more. He turned a piercing look on us, all the while effortlessly swatting away the N-Corp employee's attacks. Okay. I guess he's getting a little bit of aura back. As though he was goading us into telling him the truth. Well, don't suppose there's any point in asking. I am no different from this abomination. Just as it wields that contraption, I must have wielded the only thing I have really known, the blade, transforming into a mindless fiend consumed by a mere tool, cleaving through both friend and foe unrestrained. Hey, Junior, are you still on about that? I tried to avert my eyes. I truly did. But such disregard is easier said than done. How can I, when that distorted being has no qualms showing me the... Doesn't he know how rude the unsolicited reflecting of the phantoms of one's heart is? That's got to be illegal or something. Illegal, I say. Turning a customer into a thug on a protection racket run. A mere ant before a car in motion like a swerving driver. Conjuring dead followers before the eyes of their mentor. Simply unconscionable. Rude as hell, some might say. My poor heart almost burst out of my chest, courtesy of you. In that split second, I think I saw Merceau's eyebrows twitch. A battle is imminent, manager. Just a natural response to sensing an imminent battle, perhaps? Oh, my eyes. A blinding flash, followed by an explosive bang. My vision immediately went white and decided to take its damn time coming back. And when it did, the first thing that came into view was a particularly unsettling landscape of S-Corp, followed by bamboo-hatted Kim surrounded by a small army of Chinook-kun. Mentor! Keep that up and you'll show me death, Hangdu. Isn't it about time we both grew accustomed to such sights? Mentor, still do I wake from these dreams drenched in cold sweat, that they might bind and drag you away. This isn't so bad, is it? It's just these folks so far. Unlike earlier when... Ow! Ow. Another flash. What? What was that? Everything went dark. I'm scared. I don't understand what's happening, but first things first. We have to neutralize everyone here and get our mission back on track. Adjusting projection. I've been straying far and wandering all day for this exact reason, and... So that was its mechanism. Faust? The words began to shift rapidly before I had the chance to ask Faust what she had meant. To the one who finds comfort settling in lies, I give you what most deserves your gaze. Ow. I need to stop doing that before I go blind. Bollocks. I'll be blind before the day's over at this rate. It changed. It did? Unlike the earlier instance, one of the distortions is different from the others. As Merceau identified, there was something different about the group of Chinook-kuns this time. They were accompanied by someone else. Oh, Big Eye Man. A warrior in impressive armor, wielding a sword that was just as tall. That is a big sword. That armor. And the great Kwando of the Sal Circle. To be reunited in such a manner... Oh, he is pretty scary. I like him. I really like these new designs. Kind of honestly makes me wish that the other distortions were a lot more, I don't know, experimental like this. Because these are actually unsettling. And then you look at, I don't know, the chicken guy. And it's just a guy with a chicken head. The warrior drew a bow that hung from the waist guard and nocked an arrow. Arrow. Thank you for the clarification. I suppose this is how it would have gone down, had you been the one to grab me. Military Commissioner Im Jong-up. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. How do you fare, friend? At the signal, arrows loosing. Seize the accused! The warrior loosened the knocked arrow, which soared into the sky with a piercing whistle. And with that air-splitting sound as their cue, the Chinook-kun began to swarm us. Okay, we're fighting big guy. Is he going to be a bit more threatening than the little guys? We will see. Oh? Is it the boss? He has 6,000 bells! Okay. Ox splitter, bear splitter, mother... This guy just really likes killing animals. What's wrong with him? Boys, assist defense. No. No assist defense. Okay. Boys, bleed. Retreat and transition to a different location. Okay. When Dujong Brigandine Sal expires, end encounter? The fuck? What is that? Max stack 5. Gain shield. Lose 1 stack when taking shield damage equal to 10%. Okay, so I just have to kill him, I guess. Alright, you go fight with the fodder, since you're so desperate to do it. It wouldn't really do very well anyway. Hmm? Prioritize the sinners. Assistance convert in the... Okay. I will read more if I have to, if I start losing, but I'm still not doing that, so it's okay. Everything is okay. Wait, why are they clashing? Can you clash something more useful? Okay, great. So we just need to... Okay. Everything is okay. Everything is under control. I am not overstimulated. Hello? Yeah. By all accounts, fine by me. Come on, no! That was not supposed to happen. I don't think we're going to be dealing 10% at this rate. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out. Especially if we get the Furioso later. Or maybe we won't. Maybe he'll die. Maybe he'll die if he loses another clash, and I'm going to be lost. Oh, come on. There you go. We don't need you dying just yet. Oh, come on. Why are the, like, top 10 hype and aura units losing every clash? Come on. At least Ezra still has it. She's better than my sinners. Yeah, go get him. See? Whatever he said. I saw Who in there. that's a character I recognize. Who on? Okay. You want to fight this for some reason, and it's too strong. That's okay. You will win. I believe in you. He only has one body part, surely. Yes, just body. So, Mr. LARP wants to fight him. Priority very high. Okay, sure. I guess he can target it. What are you doing? Okay. That's kind of pointless, but it's fine. It's okay. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, that one's fighting Angdu. Honestly, might leave that alone. But then, what am I... Okay, this is a counter. No one cares. Does he do paralyze or something? It's bleed. Bleed isn't nice either, though. But well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Just trust in the process. And for you, I just need purple generation. Yeah, so just do this. Alright. Awesome. Okay, this should go just fine, yeah. He is dying from bleed, but just a little bit. It's all good. Okay. You are really pissing me off. Oh, she won! Good job. I did not say anything. I was praising her exclusively. 이리 오라. It's not exactly ideal though. They don't have the proper resistances. Okay, his stack is still 5. We have not been doing anything. Okay, no one's countering. There's like a big skill. I guess the enemy that is the most bleed. Okay. One-sided gut, sure. Alright, where is the target? Is it you? Is it you? Come on, come on, come on. I love playing the index so much. There, there. Purple. This. I can't help but notice that I'm not gonna have enough to clash with all these motherfuckers. Okay. Can you... What are you doing? It's a defense skill. You're clashing with this, are you? Oh, what? Okay, Christ's sake. Why did it do that? Okay. It's not even... Okay, this is getting parried, or clash. Is this? No, this is not. So we clash with this. We don't have to clash with this. You clash with... You're too slow. You clash with... Why is it a 21? Okay, you clashed with it. And you clashed with this. There you go. Okay. Wasn't one of them... No, Christ's sake. This will be the death of me. Nope. Okay. There's no point doing that. Okay. Yeah, whatever, just send it. Honestly, just send it. It'll be fine. I've been staring at it for too long. Oh great, it's fucking... yay. It's broken coins that deal bleed. My favorite thing in the entire video game. I love it so much. We need more of it. Oh, Ezra. Ezra's getting him. Pop off. This is fine as well. Okay, that was not that good. That is also not very good. But at least he won, unlike a certain someone. No, 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 no. I have to kill him. Okay, my eyes. Oh. That he can recover for free. So that's nice. What is this? Flash phenomenon projector. If I kill this, do I win the fight? Well, either way, I need to do something. Okay, these guys... unfortunate. Oh, I should save that. Yeah, dodge this guy. Sure. Can you, like, fry them or something? That's probably not gonna do that much. Okay, not entirely all that great. But it's better than nothing. Oh wait, you have to... okay. That should do it. Or not, I guess. Why is this happening? Oh, he's so slow. Right, whatever then. Just do this. Okay, go. Oh, they're killing it. Whoa. We might actually kill it. So I assume it does not end the fight. That would probably be a little bit abrupt. Well, there it is. Oh, okay. Sure, I guess it just transitions us back. Fine. Where's the index target? I'm gonna move... there he is. Neutral. Oh, I didn't even get to kill him. Nah. Well, maybe he just dies on his own, you know? Oh well. This is 6 speed. That's fighting Ezra though. And this is also going for Ezra. And this is also going for Ezra. How much health does she have? A lot. Okay, sorry to do this to you, but you're gonna eat all of that. Okay, great. Go. 0? Okay. I see. Great. Then again, I think that might actually be good. As much as I'm not too fond of broken coins killing my units, I do think that might be positive as a development. Oh, they're really just killing them. Alright. This guy's dead. Bye-bye. And this should still be fine, yes. Ezra will be okay. She has a lot of health. I'm sure she's gonna be very slow though, which is actually kind of unfortunate. Can you roll heads? Well, at least on one of them. Okay, is that the first seal removed? Sure. So this should be another one. This guy is not dangerous. This guy needs to die. Okay. Oh, this guy's the index target though. Can you kill him? Like ideally, can you actually... He has 45... He is going to kill him, I'm sure. I choose to believe in him. And then you can kill this guy. Okay, he has 1 paralysis, so it's going to be messing with this, but we'll see. Okay, this should be good. This should be a good turn, ideally. Especially with these guys as well. There we go. God, the bleed is somewhat preposterous. Combined with the 40 damage. I mean, it could be worse. It could certainly be worse. It's not mere dungeon levels yet, at the very least. I mean, I still have, you know, 5 people in backup anyway. Do I? 5, right? I think I can count, hopefully, maybe. I am using these units extremely unoptimally, but you know, that's just what it is. There's a way better team that I could build, but I just don't feel like spending the tickets at the moment. Okay, I was almost scared that he would stay alive. Oh, he's still okay. Alright, well, beat him up. He still has 1 paralyze. At 6+ poise. Yeah, he definitely has 6+ poise, so it's all gonna be turned anyway. Yeah, sure, maggot. Do maggot. Why not? Honestly, yeah, you still have a lot of health. You should do it. Better to disperse the damage, I suppose. Let's see how much this does. 0. Okay. I don't mind, of course. I mean, better maggot than I would expect, honestly. We get that for free. And now it's time for complete and total extermination! 5 damage! No, that was actually pretty good. That was actually alright. Did he die? Did he just explode? What happened to him? Okay, we're back at the building again. We have Stamp of Vengeance, so we should probably use that. We have 2 of them even. Yeah, just kill this thing. Probably don't use the skill 3, if I can help it. She's here. She doesn't even have fluid cycle. 1 more. I need 1 more. And it's going to generate, so it's okay. Unless she doesn't use the attack, in which case it's not going to generate, which is not going to be okay. She's not going to use it, no. Angdu's on the case. He's taking care of it. Alright. That's this thing. Welcome back. That's a counter. This is going on Sinclair. So we need to take care of these 2. Wait, what do you actually need for fluid sac? 2 lust, we have 2 of that exactly. 4 gloom, 3 envy, which we have a lot of. Does this use lust? It does. Okay. That's unfortunate. What does this do? Oh, this heals. Okay, I guess we'll use that. No, next turn though, we need to use this first. You deal with this. We can ignore this, and I guess I can just hit him until he dies. Works for me. That's his... No, it's not yet. But it's almost gone. That's almost enough to be considered damage. Oh? What's going on? I shall set my form. Alright. Just a little more and I think we might be able to smash that dang thing to smithereens, but... Yeah, but it's really hard to focus on one thing with that huge warrior zapping in and out of reality as soon as we make ourselves an opening. It'd make our lives a lot easier if we could get rid of just 1 of them. The battle seemed to be taking a toll on the sinners, more so than usual. It wasn't that we were up against an insurmountable foe, not even close, not to mention how Ezra and Angdu were here to help us out. But... Shite! Haven't had they enough? Haven't they had enough? I don't know why I flipped that. About time they gave up, innit? Oi, don't you go legging it again. Excuse me, sir. Sorry. I'm sorry. That big sword carrying fella sure is kicking our butts, but I don't know if they're the key to solving this distortion. We ain't exactly flush with options, are we? Our exit's blocked and it ain't like we can stop mid-fight to strategize. With the battlefield constantly shifting and flashing between N-Corp and S-Corp, we simply did not have the breathing room to focus on either the projector or Im Yong-up, who was swinging that great blade with frightening force. Besides... Angdu, cover his back, too! It shall be done. That's a Warcraft 3 line, I think. N-Corp was sending far too many people against us. There weren't that many at first, but it seemed that the sudden spike in employee casualties in an area so close to the nest had alerted N-Corp to our location. How do we get out of this? Faust? Otis? Help me out here. I decided to stop racking my brain trying to navigate a situation I know so little about, and instead rely on the sinners with possibly more experience in the field. First, I need to know if there's any way we can deal with the endless reinforcements N-Corp is sending after us. And second, will defeating Im Gyong-up or destroying that projector bring an end to this distortion phenomenon? If I may speak freely, Executive Manager, it is unlikely that our present force will be sufficient to overcome the current rate of enemy reinforcements. Not only is this battlefield situated in close proximity to the enemy's stronghold, but there is an unpredictable variable in that strange machine that makes neutralizing even a single wave of enemies difficult. I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but we are trapped in a battlefield with but a single exit, which the enemies have already blocked. Without reinforcements of our own, there is little hope of prevailing through this current predicament. Yeah, seems that way to me too. But maybe if we can neutralize the distortion phenomenon at the very least. Faust recommends entering the dungeon of the Fathoms as our exit. Dungeon of the Fathoms? But how can I enter it if we can't even talk to that distortion? Wait, maybe... During the LCB regular checkup back at LCE, he says that all you have to do is read what's on the note in front of this is distortion. Apparently it's some kind of a code. Right, keywords! This one seems to be a location-type distortion, which means that regardless of where the bright flashes take us, N-Corp or the twisted caricature of S-Corp, we're still within its range. In other words, as long as I have the right keywords, I can summon an entrance to its Dungeon of the Fathoms from anywhere within it. Okay, so what are the keywords for this distortion then? Hohenheim had provided us with the necessary keywords for his distortion back then, but this time we had to figure it out on our own. First things first, one of them has to be photograph. It's obviously been present throughout the entire phenomenon. If I may, perhaps experience may be one of them. Yisang put his 2 cents in, having briefly retreated from battle to the backlines. There is an undercurrent of obsession with experiences staining his every trail. It must have aught in relation to what has caused his distortion. Experience, concept alone lacks substance. It must be something more grounded, something that is at once synonymous with experience, while maintaining a through line to N-Corp's technology that was the core of his obsession. Canned experience? Most likely, thinks Faust. Alright then, photograph, canned experience? Not seems to transpire as of yet. It didn't, but I could feel it. Are these the kind of photographs they use to make canned experience? So that's what that strange sensation was, mentioning that word shook the distortion and caused the rippling effect. But it was clearly not enough to force open the Dungeon of the Fathoms. How many other keywords could there be? Scraps. Sorry? Oh, I thought we were all taking turns sharing what might have caused him to distort. And going by the way you folks were saying your piece one after another, I thought this was to be some sort of a Zen riddle. Oh god, his dumbass face. Not a Zen riddle, no. But where'd scraps come from? See, when enjoying the benefits of slacking off at work, all kinds of mundanities come to possess far more interesting qualities, sometimes even revealing secrets invisible to eyes focused elsewhere. Take our person of interest, to wit. He has been poking around this area of town with an eye-wateringly expensive camera in tow, so conspicuously that every store owner I'd lightly prodded for information had tales to tell about him. Each tale added another facet to the long saga of a once-driven man, a man with a can-do attitude, an uncanny ability to pull himself up by his own bootstraps and a clear path toward Nest residence, who became so bewitched by photography that he eventually squandered his fortune on what was, in the end, nothing more than a pastime. And that went on until he found himself reduced to a pauper barely making rent on a scrap heap of an apartment. In pursuit of his ideality, the man lost grip of fortune and reality. I sought out his apartment and found a few scraps of writing. He is pretty productive, to be honest. When cold rain drips through the roof, when mold and tepid humidity together encroach from the earth, the mind begins to wander, lost. Eventually, madness is evoked, in a form indistinguishable from drunkenness. The pauper loses himself. A shadow darker than any I had seen on Kim's face crept beneath the shade of his eyes. No, I had seen that look once, in the past. Though it would be more accurate to say that I heard it in his voice that echoed in his fathoms, distorted by guilt and regret. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by the fact that this distortion has, among the countless people here, taken a particular interest in bamboo-hatted Kim. Photograph, canned experience, and scraps. Like inserting a final piece of the puzzle, the space before us momentarily warped and flashed, opening a pathway to the distortion's fathoms. Well then, we will be right behind you, Executive Manager. Miss Ezra, this is what I had seen then, the gateway to one's fathoms. This is it, huh? Neat stuff. But, before she could finish, Ezra had to redirect her focus from our discussion back to the battle. Most of the sinners were caught in the same predicament. Some managed to disengage from the battle and prepare to enter the Dungeon of the Fathoms, but Hong Lu, Gregor, and several others were still busy holding off the N-Corp employees. They're gonna follow us right in there if we run now, right? Probably. Even those who aren't chained to Dante like we are can travel through the pathway once it's open, so... yeah. Let's not drive ourselves into an even narrower corner. I'll keep them at bay. Hearing that, bamboo-hatted Kim stepped up. My sword arm's not what it once was, but it should be enough for this. Besides, I have little wish to set foot in some ill-omened place can be tangled in such a bizarre mess. Is that really what he thinks? There was something in his eyes that led me to believe this was about more than just staying behind to protect our rear. He was... WTF? Huh? What a terrible front. At least try to pretend to be sincere and make it easy for us to believe you. Did you think that terrible excuse was going to fly? What are you trying to avoid, sword swinger? You're not some kid trying to get out of doing his own work. I remember hearing that entering a dungeon of the fathoms will bring one to the spiritual fathoms the distortion is gazing into. Then what lies within must be my very own, for that is what the abomination is gazing into. It's decided then. You're coming with us. We ain't about to walk in a blind place we know shite about, mate. Guide us in there, yeah? Oh, that's... He keeps it simple. You try that too. Learned the hard way that homework, like summer reading, doesn't go away just because you don't look at it. It's still there, even as the summer break comes to an end, ruining the last day of your vacation into an all-nighter. Ariashiki's scabbard vibrated cheerfully in agreement. Stop procrastinating. Go do your summer reading. What was it you said? Face the homework, save the GPA? Face the sin, save the ego. It is, after all, the attitude the company expects of its employees. Go, Junior. You guys too, LCB. I can handle them all on my own. You will make a lone stand? Hey, who the heck do you think I am? I'll show you why Team Leader Moses felt safe sending me out alone with you guys. This was basically a Monster of the Week situation for Team Leader and me back in our duo days. I can handle them on my own, no problemo. I wanted to see how you guys handle the inflection point, but I guess you can never really have it all. Oh well, guess I'll just have to trust our two OSER team members to handle that. Now that I think about it, I think I'm setting a pretty solid example as your team senior, aren't I? I don't like this, but it seems that I have no choice in the matter as long as this employee card hangs from my chest. With a sigh, Kim shook his head and joined us, dragging his feet all the while. I shall take the vanguard. Oh, oops. Mentor, be warned that the entrance is floating. Take a tall step over, or you may trip. I can clearly see that, Angdu. Bring me a ladder if you're really that worried, why don't you? If you need one? uh, a mere jest, you needn't worry. Okay. That was the battle, and here is, I suppose, the end. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to be right back, dear fellows. I just need to take like a 5... No, okay, it's gonna be like 2 minutes. I'm going to be right back. I'm back. My 2 minutes or whatever are up. Let's finish this. During the final stretch of each chapter, you'll be exploring a dungeon. Wow, thank you. I've never seen this before. Alright. Hello. Good day. I think I'm going to bring, do I have something? Ugh. What is this? No, I'm not bringing the hay show. Burn? No. No. The half middle half random bullshit team really isn't working out. So I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. He can stay for the bonus. It's not like he was gonna be fielded anyway. He doesn't have anything, so I guess he can be Ricardo. It's always... Stop jiggling. The model really needs to stop jiggling. I'll need to redo the settings, since they did get reset. I guess you can be a ring member? Sure, why not? Here, this is good. I don't even... Oh, I have Hohenheim, but, you know. Yeah, I guess, sure. Whatever. Is that all of them? Index, ring, middle, pinky. Yeah, that should be everything. Alright, let's go. I didn't change their ego. But you know what? Whatever. It's okay. If that's how everyone's been living, then my life, my photographs too. So, this is Escorp too, right? It is. Reminiscent of my homeland. But the sights are much too hideous compared to what rests in my memories. I mean, it looks kinda cool, to be honest. You know? Hideous was apt. When we emerged from the entrance of the dungeon into Escorp's streets, what greeted us was a distorted and eerie scenery I wouldn't be surprised to find in an Escorp-themed haunted mansion. No, it's cool. I like it. It's got a vibe. It's got bisexual lighting and everything. You could stream here. You could definitely stream from here, is all I'm saying. 'Tis a place hardly fit for human habitation. Far more dilapidated than once expected. Thou sayest that people inhabit these lands for truth? And I mean, that's also true about streamer rooms. Really. I think it has a cool vibe. I do too. Vibe's my oh, come on. Why is she retorting to me? Well, I mean, she's retorting to Ryoshu, but... I don't think I'll be able to get a wink of sleep in here. We're not sleeping, it's okay. The lives of the downtrodden were beset by 1,000 woes and tenfold more struggles, and the streets they inhabit reflect that reality. Many times I had contemplated in consternation how the folk here had even the will to live on. The shadow that had begun to haunt Kim's face still lingered there as he looked around. If the distortion reveals the fathoms of those it gazes into, as Kim had said, perhaps this is how Escorp is reflected in Kim's eyes. On the days when the skies were spotless blue, and without orders from the counselor, I would scale to the roof of that choga, that's a thatch-roofed house, such as this one, and feel it rustle beneath my back as I lay upon it. I thought it to be a respite solely mine, yet in this mirrored world, another has walked here before my arrival. I joined him in looking up at the thatched roof of the choga. Beneath it, a wicked tunnel have I passed, and now I witness myself before the one who shall strike me and who shall strike the head from my torso. It was a figure standing tall next to the building, staring defiantly up toward the man on the straw roof. Him Gyung-up. Are you home? Oh. He's the Black Silence. Are you home? I asked. What what is he wearing? That's fancy. What the hell? I mean, he looks cool. I was not expecting him to be wearing that. What a strange visitor I have. Why not call at the front gate if you've come seeking the master of the house? Be not like a dog barking up the wrong tree. It's unbecoming. A dog? Really now? I can see you up there, lounging on the roof. I'm not going to speak to the door like I'm blind. I mean, you look... maybe visually impaired. Has a spell of some sort befallen the day? Perhaps such an odd occurrence transpired twice successive. The work of a bewitching spirit, I say. What's so bewitching about checking in on someone? Isn't it odd that a high and noble military commissioner of our esteemed corporation would come in person to simply check in on how a lowly mercenary fares? You know me. Oh, that's a woman? Well, damn. I didn't know. She certainly knows her jests. She marches forth, vested in war-strider armor, yet expects no violence. She wields a two-handed great blade like a demonic yaksha Genshin Impact, yet harbors no hostile intent. Why, who else might she be but Military Commissioner Gyung-up, the Principled of the famed Im family? You are certainly in the habit of speaking in hyperbole. I am not so noble that I deserve to be complimented with an epithet as grand as the Principled. Not a compliment. You see, Commissioner, This is a rhetorical technique known as a backhanded compliment, in which I damn you with praise, for you are so bound by your precious principles that you would rather be unreasonable than betray them. Does an officer ranked second ordnance have no wit to engage in such wow, you're definitely gonna die now. Why, am I out of line, as they say? You two are friends, right? It was our first meeting, so no, not at that precise moment. I know. I'm just saying that if I were her, I wouldn't ever let myself become friends with you after such a bad first impression. Can't imagine becoming friends with someone who keeps pushing my buttons. Maybe. But people do find friendship in such personalities if they have a taste for prickliness. You've got a friend in us, don't you? Fine, you have a point. I guess I do have a habit of pushing people's buttons too. But still, I hope you're not seriously comparing the way I talk to his sassy, gotcha-digging, pun-riddled... Well, the world we live in is a vast and diverse one. Consider yourself lucky that you're surrounded by so many quirky characters. The sinners get a bit quirky at night. It's because of the same luck that she took the joke well, rather than respond by trying to cut off my head. You are out of line, yes? But I knew you would be, so I won't take issue with it. Though I must admit, the rumors of your sharp tongue do you no justice. The streets speak of a man they call Kim Lib. He's a lib? He's a liberal. No. Bamboo Rain Hat, never mind. The man who once had intended to pursue the path of the brush, only to realize the sins of his forefathers and exiled himself to the back streets. Yet with the sheer power of will, gritted teeth and scarred heart did he find in the path of sword another way into the nest, as the right state councillor's sworn guard at that. That's you, isn't it? All those superlatives. The reality is that I've merely found the path of a man-butchery as a viable way of life. Direct any compliments you have to the right state councillor, if you will. I am but a butchering blade that happened to fall into the right hands. Ah, not a compliment. Just a word on the street. You're a quick learner. And spare me the fancy reading of my name. Watching you pretend that pompous posturing comes naturally is painful enough already. Keep it simple and spell it out as bamboo-hatted kin, thank you. And does he continue to veer away from the line? I'd rather be a corpse skull than dead and stay in line. Have a shred of mercy on me, almighty one. If I'd come all the way here just to punish you for every little misdeed and ill manners, I would have laid you out and split you into 3 ways before this riveting dialogue brought us this far. Yeah, they have a very interesting thing going on. So, feel safe to continue traipsing outside the line. But in return, would you answer a few of my questions? I've been watching you from a distance for a while now, and... Really? Stalking someone's not very principled of you. You sure she didn't give you a good wallop after that? No. Truly a mystery, isn't it? Besides, she did give me free rein to continue traipsing outside the line. I couldn't in good conscience turn down such offers of kindness. Not that I ever do. You sure have a way with words. Way of finding your way under the listener's skin, huh? Perhaps. Yet such are japes not to be expected. Yet are such japes not to be expected among fellowships of close mutual bond. They don't look like friends yet, though. Oh, I don't know. They have that, like, It's like a very less offensive version of the whole young adult, you know, fuck you, fuck me yourself kind of relationship. I mean, relating it to that feels offensive, but it's just kind of like that. Just nowhere near as horrific, yeah. So, care to tell us why she's been watching you? I was engaged in the age-old pastime of throwing rocks. Oh, you speak of the game of Sukjon. Save them for the festivities of Dano. I was... Okay. Save them for the festivities of Dano. I was throwing rocks at the passers-by. Oh my god, maybe he is based. I think he might be just a little bit based. He's just throwing bricks at homeless people. That's awesome. That's awesome. Honestly, that's incredible. High on thee! That is a wrong deed, good sir! I suppose it is. The people of Peyo and Sal in particular found it to be distasteful, and they did not let their discontent be hidden. But the P and the downtrodden cheered me on to a degree. They found it cathartic. Okay, so he wasn't throwing bricks at homeless people, he was throwing bricks at billionaires. That's even better. Oh, curious. Then is it a right deed or a deed not right? Yeah, Sal? Whatever is it that thou art describing? It is a well-known truth that S-Corp is also known by its other name, Salpipio Agro-Industries. However you pronounce that, I'm sorry. A wing specializing in the general agriculture and livestock industry of the city. The vastness and the depth of its responsibilities have necessitated. There you go. The vastness and the depth of its responsibilities have necessitated such divisions of labor. Thus, District 19 is split into 3 chord circles responsible for different aspects of the industry, Sal, Pi, and Pyo, each meaning flesh, blood, and bone, respectively. Sal, responsible for the cultivation of rice and other grains, Pyo, responsible for meat and livestock, and Pi, in charge of the technological aspects of both. As a scientist and a researcher who once toiled at S-Corp, you must have felt the persecution that P faced firsthand. It is believed that the Trinity was designed for balance, that they would provide assistance when requested and keep one another in check when needed. It was once a promise of cultivating a fair and sustainable S-Corp. I suppose it all starts that way. Alas, the noble intentions of yesteryear now lie sullied. The Trinity now degraded to 3 quarreling bands of profiteers blinded by avarice, relying not on honor but betrayal and perfidy to claim the top of the triangle. An adherent of the flesh claims the position of the chief state councillor and monopolizes rice as the common folk starve. An adherent of the bone, once a right state councillor, toadies the Sal and rises to the seat of the left state councillor. When such shameless conspiracy permits not the common folk to even till the land as they please, anguished cries of suffering flood the streets. Thus, the common folk are reduced to livestock bleeding out, hanging from a hook, while bone and flesh collude like that of the emaciated dead. Who shall claim the severance of flesh and bone and force them both to yield? An oft-heard poem when walking the streets of S-Corp. And the people whom thou have targeted with thy rocks were... They weren't people. Rats. No, he is based. Okay, fine. Sure. It's alright. Maybe he can have some aura back. Maybe he didn't lose it. Maybe he was just a bit... Maybe he was just a bit swaggy with it as well, you know? Rats? Oh yes. The councillor finds rats detestable. Much better to stop them from a distance if you want to crush them. By any chance, do these rats have a habit of sneaking into the royal court to better pilfer what the common folk rightfully deserve? They certainly suffer from a severe case of kleptomania. So you purposefully threw a rock at his feet to trip him to the ground, knowing that he was a kleptocrat. That's very good. Well, I simply could not help but react as such in the presence of scurrying rats. Is there aught you find funny? Speak if you do, I could use a good laugh about now. Just heartily expressing my gratitude, that is all. Those whose corruption is revealed ought to readily receive their scarlet aura bonds, the gall to scamper away with their expensive prosthetics. My men were having some trouble apprehending them, until now. Well, if that is your intent, you are invited to leave a token of gratitude somewhere in the vicinity. Perhaps I'll happen to pick it up. Wouldn't want to get thrown into dungeons teeming with real vermin. Oh, I was going to do just that. Hmm? So? When will you stop being a sword and be a human again? What? When do you clock out? The way I see it, you're not the kind of person who will ever let a drop of liquor get to his tongue while on duty for the right state councillor. Return to this choga when you're human again. Oh, okay. She's pretty cute, actually. Wow. No. You really want... I guess it's kind of a general theme with everyone involved here. But she went from being very scary to being kind of intimidating, and yeah, she's just kind of cute, yeah. Nice. A lot of unexpected face reveals in this intervallo. I'll buy you a drink as thanks. She's a funny one, huh? Mentor. And this fellow you had often mentioned fondly was... Correct. Haven't I mentioned her a few times as a drinking fellow I had left behind in Escorp? I must say, I myself found that relationship most intriguing, that a military commissioner of the Sal faction would fraternize with a bodyguard of the right state councillor who was of the P faction. Still, I knew not that the fellow was none other than a military commissioner of Escorp. Angdu's eyes had gone wide in shock, her voice rising unconsciously. It is news to me that you have had ties to a second ordinant official, a military officer with command over high-ranking employees of the wing at that. Well, I was in the service of the right state councillor, who's a first ordinant, you know. Well, that might be true, yet, you would like to know why I, with such a powerful friend by my side, have ended up in exile from Escorp. Yes, your silence over matters of such great import is why I have come to introduce you to others as a reticent one, Mentor. We made the Blade lineage our home, for Escorp availed no home for us but the lineage. But you, Mentor... I would rather show than tell. Let us proceed, shall we? This enchanted place seems intent on unearthing all of my past, both savory and unsavory. All shall be revealed in due time. Kim looked around, a twinge of loneliness in his eyes, before moving on. We followed without a word. Dungeon structure. Yes, thank you. I have played the game before. Alright, let's see. Alright, very well. Let us go. We emerged into a dark and muggy... What's muggy? I have to look that up too. I must know what the word means. Muggy. Is that even a word, or did they misspell it? Why can't I spell? Yeah. I mean, it could be inside of a mug. But I don't think that's it. Muggy. Unpleasantly warm. Okay, and contains a lot of water. Right, so it's just humid. We emerged into a dark and muggy cavern, filled with air so stale it almost felt stifling. Up ahead, a thin ray of light shone through the darkness, seemingly guiding our path. Following the light led us to a four-way fork in the road. A constant, powerful gust howled through one of the paths, another was filled with a metallic tang, the smell of blood. Then there was a path that was entirely silent, and the last one echoed with the harsh noise of sword striking against sword. Which path should we choose? Why is it so loud all of a sudden? There you go, just a little bit. Where do we go? Blood. Well, we have bleed units. Let's go blood. Oh, sorry, I did. Encorp Servi de Clue briefcase. Okay, when hitting an enemy using a skill that inflicts bleed potency, count or unique bleed, inflict 1 in nails. When triggering tremor burst on an enemy that has nails, inflict 1 bite. That's great. So, okay, we get extra bleed. That's good. That's nice. Let's go this way. You, and you. Or do I bring... I bring him. There you go. There, there, no. There, and there. Okay. That should be good. Okay, and I know exactly what we're... Yeah, this is a P plus enter moment. And now we watch as the enemy dies. Whoa. Let me take a drink while they're dying. Thank you. Yeah. He sure likes screaming that, doesn't he? Okay, yeah. This is what Limbus Company is all about. This is gameplay, baby. This is what we do. I drew my sword. That's not the right. That's the other skill. Never mind. I can make the joke later. 0 damage. Alright. How many is there? 10. That's like the usual amount at this point. Bye-bye. Oh, they're also here. I didn't even notice. I was too busy pressing P plus enter. I mean, hey, we've been watching cutscenes all day. This is a different type of cutscene, a better cutscene, because I get to press a button. And I don't have to read. So this is, you know, the superior cutscene. This reminds me of my favorite game mode, Mirror Dungeon. Unfortunately, I don't think I can start killing off all of my units yet. But I'll see if I can do it for the boss. Then again, we'll see, we'll see. We'll see if we can do a Ryoshu solo. Excuse me. What are you doing in my house? As we were slowly walking or looking around the streets of Escorp, a youth, after fidgeting and hesitating for a moment, walked up to us and asked for help. The youth explained that, wishing to better his own status, he took the royal examination, akin to a public employment policy in Escorp, and was able to attain a high grade for himself. Good boy. And that was where his problems began. As far as he knew, people who passed the exam with flying colors like himself had their travel expenses paid for by the homeward trip and were to be granted a guide. But there must have been a misunderstanding or something, because when he left the exam grounds, no one was there to escort him. Confused by the unexpected turn of events, he wandered away from the exam grounds in search of his escort, lost his bearings, and found himself in these alleys. So he's a dumbass. He's asking if we could help him with directions. I don't know, I'm new here. Yeah, I'm sure someone can figure it out. Yeah, there you go. Ryoshu knows. She's got it. Ryoshu opened their mouth to begin, stopped, then turned around to where bamboo-headed Kim and Angdu were. Oh. Come on. Kim let out an audibly disconcerted sigh, then walked up to the youth to give him directions. And take off that royal celebratory flower crown. You don't want people to know you've passed the exam. Huh? But why would... It's for a good reason. Just do as I say and you'll thank me one day. The youth stared back at him in puzzlement before seemingly deciding that giving proper gratitude for Kim's assistance took precedence. He handed us what appeared to be a small ceramicware vessel. Ah. This might be a water dropper for brush calligraphy. Though you may have no practical need of this, for I see none of you are much acquainted with the art of grinding ink against inkstone, I impart this gift to you in the hopes that this dropper may form a small flow in your rivers of life. Ha ha! Water dropper. What is this? When an allied identity gains assist defense. 2 damage up and 2 protection. I'm not playing Heisho right now. Or just Angdu. I suppose probably one of... Yeah, one of them definitely does. If they're giving the gift here. Alright, let's do battle. Who's excited for more P+ Enter? I am. I am honestly riveting. Riveted? Riveted? I am excited. Kill them. I mean, really, it's like watching ants in an ant farm or something like that. Why did it... What did it... 10 damage? 10 damage from what? What are you taking 10 damage from? I don't know, they just did. Oh, he's... What? Sans Undertale? I didn't even notice him. Genuinely, I must be blind. She's here. And he's here now. Draw the sword. Acupuncture. Yield my flesh. Okay, he's just straight up... He has the same skill set as... yeah. As Merceau. Overthrow. And here's to claim their bones. Okay. Well, Sans is here. He can partake in the P+ entering. Alright, awesome. Oh, there's 12 of them. I get to press it for longer, my beloved. My beloved button. Oh shit, she's actually losing. If she loses again, I might have to eat her. A bit premature, though, that would be. Melodica. Thank you, Honglo. This guy's dead. Bye-bye. It's so nice of modern units to just unstagger themselves whenever they get staggered. You know, that really is quite nice of them to do. Why is she losing? Stop it. Oh, are we about to see it? He has a lot of health too. There he goes. There he goes. He's doing it. He's doing the thing. There we go. That's the title drop. This is what we came here for. Hell yeah. Bones claimed. This is my first time seeing this ego. It's pretty cool. I like it. Now, why does Otis get so many things related to scissoring? Think about it for a minute. Just think about it. You know, I'm not saying anything, I'm just asking questions. Let's see, some guy in prison. Huh. Bamboo-headed Kim lets out a sigh, but before he even fully exhales, "Who goes there?" A sharp cry cuts through the stagnant air. Someone here must have noticed us. What should we do? Kill them all. Kill them all. Kill them all. Kill them. What? I didn't read any of that. Yeah, kill them all. Sinclair, draw your sword 10,000 times. No. What the hell? Genuinely, why do you have to be so annoyingly worthless? You never do anything for me. I trust one thing to Sinclair, a singular thing, and this is what he does. Is that one? Story. Okay. That's the story button. We get to read. No, it can't be. My life is... The experiences, the memories I had recorded are different. Alas. Kim came to a stop with a grim look on his face. Hey, I remember this. Again, I am returned to this day. His voice had dropped to the same morose pitch we had heard before. Mentor. I have been here before. Have you? Had a peek into my memories when I had distorted, did you? I must say, it's a bit embarrassing to have my deepest and darkest secrets revealed like that. Kim grinned sheepishly as though to clear the air, but it was becoming rather clear to me what he was doing. That his flippant demeanor and seemingly devil-may-care attitude were but a mask to hide the true darkness in his heart. Then this must be... Indeed, the right state councillor's estate. Someone whom I had once protected. Thought was worth protecting. Kim pushed open the main gates and made his way into the front yard. Watch out, Angdu. Take a tall step over, or you might trip. There were bodies splayed out about the yard, and I couldn't dare start counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Easy. Corpse complex? I find it quite simple. Oh, there's more. I miscounted. I felt faint watching the aftermath of the carnage. Some were decapitated. Some had their torsos split diagonally. It's a good thing they didn't choose vertical or horizontal for the descriptor. And some of them were so mangled that I could hardly even tell which parts belonged to who. And what is that on the floor? Is that some sort of... What? Oh, I said... right, sorry, I forgot. 6, 7! There you go. I forgot I was counting. And that's like a funny thing. Are they not retainers of the royal court? What were they doing at the councillors? No, were they killed by assassins? Assassins did infiltrate the estate, yes. You're looking at what remains of them. Cha-ching! Though I had but a moment to glimpse it, I clearly remembered even what the S-Corp logo I saw in Kim's Fathoms looked like. The hats these corpses are, or were, wearing, are adorned with the same logo. So why is bamboo-hatted Kim calling them assassins? In this corrupt land, the right state councillor's life was always as precarious as a candlelight in a tempest. Such is the fate of all those who have the guts to speak the truth in S-Corp, where positions of influence are hoarded by corrupt sycophants whose chokehold on power is ironclad. The most prominent among them, the left state councillor, with the chief state councillor's blessing, sought to wield his own private army to silence forever the tongues of those who would advocate against the corrupt. Private army? But they are prohibited in our homeland. So they're kind of like how the great houses of H-Corp each had their own armies. That is similar to what is happening, but not exactly. It's okay, I was the one who said 6-7. If S-Corp's circumstances were to be explained in plainer terms, it would be akin to a situation in which a company whose employees outwardly appear to be all working for the same side is in fact fractured. Okay, too much text. What assassins there had been in the past at least wore masks to hide their allegiance. I thought this no different, though with assassins significantly less invested in maintaining their disguises. not realizing that I had just placed my stone inside the tiger's maw. Looking around at the yard teeming with the assassins, I recall thinking it odd just how many of them they had sent, though the left state councilor's power had grown to loom over that of the king. Interesting that corporations just have kings. I should have realized how ridiculous such a brazen attempt on the life of one of the triumvirate councillors at the royal court would have been. Foolish. I can't. I have failed you, councillor. There were simply too many of them, as though they had decided that tonight was the night they would finally slay the councillor, or die trying. I was soon overwhelmed, and some of them eventually managed to get around me and reach the councillor's bedchamber. The moment I heard them breach the door, all strength left me, and I fell to my knees. I, Kim Lib, am a poor excuse of a bodyguard, and have failed you. And I knew the author of the foul scheme, who the author of the foul scheme was, the left state councillor. Let this be my final act of loyalty, ere I depart this life. Though I am too meagre a person to carry on your will, councillor, what I can do is plant the seeds of terror in the hearts of the unjust, if only to shackle their blackest hearts from committing greater misdeeds. I shall go before the villain who contrived this betrayal and see that the favor is repaid with steel. Only by such vengeance shall the councillor at last close his eyes in his grave. Or so I had thought. What? Who is that? Why is there another black silence? There's two of them. Greetings, honored bodyguard of the right councillor. I see that you've been hard at work. Cursed parasite! I ought to flay you alive and reveal the wretched soul underneath. Some gal you have to show your face here. Oh, here? You mean the home of the honorable right state councillor who toils day and night in service of the royal court? I know the assassins were sent by the left state councillor. Get out of my way. I shall collect your head once my task here is over. Alas, alas, this unsightly display of anger shames us all. Are all those who live by the sword as uncouth as you? The cruelty of your damning words is an oppression upon decent men like myself. Oh, that's a man, okay. Let's see how long you can. Heed me, soldiers. Arrest that mad butcher. Huh? What? The accused shall heed his crimes. 1 moon ago, an anonymous letter threatening to take the life of the revered right state councillor arrived at the royal court. This audacious, contumelious effrontery is an affront. That is horrible. That's a horrible sentence. Not only to the royal court, but to the heavens and men alike. The revered left state councillor, who has long been in disagreement with the right state councillor on matters of the state, found this offence to be so heinous that he has personally commanded his men to protect his political enemy on the day writ on the letter. Yet a tragedy has struck. All those lives sent to protect the noble councillor are slain, the bravery and justice of their honourable hearts trampled upon the grounds by this villain. And now the villain promises death to yet another pillar of the royal court. Thus we are, perforce, to arrest the criminal and restore the rule of law. You spounce. I need to take a drink again. That one really took it out of me. Yeah. You spout senseless drivel. I saw your men make their way into the councillor's bedchamber with their blades drawn. The councillor? Might you be looking for the right state councillor here, alive and well? My lord? The vile wretch leaned down next to my ear and whispered, "Perhaps you should have known where not to stick your nose. Did you really think you could overcome the entire private army in the left state councillor's service? He sent so many of his men to their deaths just to lure me into a trap. Why? Now, don't take this as a compliment, as you're not even the apex blade of the homeland, nor are you the Ungum cloud blade. But you have been a rather egregious obstacle to the execution of my plans. Couldn't get through with the first thing in my plan, with you constantly getting in my way. Let's keep you nicely locked up and out of trouble. And be. Wait, what? Has the other guy been speaking? Oh. I didn't even notice. Okay, so that was his guy. For what it's worth, young man, I am sorry. I've come to realize the error of my ways. The truth is, though Escorp is indeed a pond of turbid water, it was those like us who had stirred the dirt from its bed and turned it cloudy. Fearing the worst, we arrived to protect the revered Right State Councillor. 1,000 curses upon the villain. In his quest for the Right State Councillor's life, the butcherous man has already watered the grounds with Escorp's labourers, the very life-blood that runs in the veins of this most serene wing. And that charcoal-hearted villain is none other than the Councillor's sworn guard, Kim Lib. Han. He does so, villain! I don't think I can scream that properly. And let the aura bonds take you. You've fallen far, my friend. You who were once considered a candidate to the honor of Ungum. And with that brand of a nobby sapping your strength, even your mastery with the blade will only dull. I used to be my executioner, Gyonga. I hadn't received the orders to behead you, if that is what you're asking, nor would it benefit someone of my station to sully my hands with an executioner's duty. How will you live on now? I don't know. The Councillor has abandoned me. There is no path forward. Salpipio Agro Industries is more corrupt than I had thought, rotten to the core. This is where the game ends. Time to resign my stone. Indeed it is. Why are you freeing me? Once a game has been lost, you start anew and test other gambits in the next round. Why don't you stop playing this unfair game where the opponent always starts with stones placed on all 9 star points on the board, which I'm sure is something very deep and insightful about some sort of game, and find a place where you can begin anew in equal standing. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is. As soon as they realize it was you who freed me, they'll come after you. It's okay. Unlike someone who made a fool of himself and fled after passing the royal examinations, I have the royal court's backing as its military commissioner. My position in the court isn't so fickle that they would cast me down right away just because I let go of someone like you. You're a branded criminal. In the eyes of the royal court, you're as good as inconsequential. I'll report that even if you were to flee, you would still be nothing more than a plaything in the palm of their hands. I didn't think you were the kind to go against your honorable principles. Some things can't be done without bending a rule or two, and you are needed. Escorp's future is in need of those who are less bound by expectations, like yourself. Besides, it's not the rules I stand by, it's my own principles. I did say I owe you a token of gratitude, didn't I? Consider this a settlement of that. Gratitude and vengeance, after all, share a common quality. They are both debts to be repaid. Gyonga, come with me. There is no hope left for Escorp. You said it yourself, didn't you? We'll never win as long as we're playing their rigged game. Listen, they might have a 9-stone advantage over you, but to me it's as small as 3. I'll manage and keep my finger on the pulse. Besides, change doesn't always have to come from the outside. Oh, no, that's an attitude that absolutely will get you killed. Apologies. The old wisdom says that to catch a tiger, you must enter its den. But wouldn't it help to have an ally waiting in the tiger's den to back you up when the time comes? There, all done. Your bonds are severed. Go now. Go, and build your strength beyond the walls of Escorp. Yet beware of relying overmuch on foreign powers. I don't have it in me to take up such a grand purpose. I'm done with Escorp. You know how I am. Just go with the flow. Yes, do as you will. Go with the flow. Be whatever you want to be. But I'm just hoping that the currents of the river will someday bring you back to Escorp. That's all. Though I had left the rigged game, my records afterward weren't stellar. The laying of the stones on my board was always full of holes and mistakes. I joined the Blade lineage, became their mentor, dragged them into the library. Until eventually I cut down those who had placed their faith in me. Self-defeating move after self-defeating move. When Gyongov had let me go, I thought I had escaped the tiger's maw. As I let the game progress with the flow, I soon came to the lower realization on the library. Sorry. No, I will be calm. I will contain myself. I am normal. I am normal and I don't have issues. And I don't have brain rot. Realization that my life was an endless sequence of connect and dies. I was in a losing play from the start. Shadows dancing by the distant humanoid form begin to grow like wildfire. And those in the attire of the Blade lineage, one by one, leap over the wall and... Is that the Blade? I guess so? Like the projections of Kim's darkening fathoms. They're from his memories. Films and photographs can sometimes remain undoctored, but the impressions a person gets when viewing the photograph is malleable. Then they must be after... Yeah, Kim believes that if the Blade lineage were to come back to life, they would want to kill him. Okay. Time to fight the Blade lineage and Limbus companies. Unless we've already been doing that. No, that's the Chinokun, though. You're lying to me. There is no Blade lineage. You're lying to me. And you need to, like, just not die. Alright, go. Kill them again. Okay, thankfully she didn't lose this one. If she did, she would be dead. Which is not yet what I want to do. She can die a bit later. Am I blinking excessively? The light situation is getting a lot worse. I think the tracking might be like affected by that, I suppose. Well, no matter. Go get it, Mangdu. That was a bit underwhelming compared to some of the damage numbers from before. Alright. How many is there? Oh, just them. Okay. How does the... I don't think she actually healed before. Does not activate the skills on hit without crafting effects. Clash when consuming vehicle. Okay, so she gets other resources. On hit without cracking, heal 2 allies with the lowest HP percentage. Yeah. So she should do it. As long as she clashes, which she does. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary, Sinclair. I am... Hello, Mr. Hoenn. I am... How's the department treating you? I am currently near the end of the dungeon, I think. Should be just one more event, and then maybe one more fight, and then we go to the boss. It's going to be over soon. Oh, hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you a lot. That is the first time I've seen like a color on the sorry, what? On the chat, so I need to process that a little bit. My brain is not keeping up with it. But yes, I do appreciate that. Allow me to murder these guys, and then we can just check, I suppose, on the map anyway, how long it's going to be. There we go. All good. Skincare. Go on. Draw your source 10,000 times. Close enough. Okay, do I just P plus enter this? No, they're stupid. Okay. This guy's almost dead. He's gonna die. This guy's not almost dead, so we send multiple people on him. Yeah, sure. Who's the target? This guy's the target. So this guy's dead. And then we just kind of kill them. There you go. Awesome! Let's go. 3 health. There he goes. Okay. By the way, now that the intervallo is over, I'm thinking I still or will be over, I mean, because I'm gonna finish it this stream. But I also have not yet done the new railway because I've been too busy. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that next. Last thing we saw was was Kim in the jail and getting out. Yeah, here we are. So there's one more event, one more battle, and then the boss. So let's see what we have here. Someone carrying a sword on his belt and a sack on his shoulder leaped into a haystack near us. A few moments later, a small squad of Chinokuns, torches in hand, rushed in from the same direction the man had come from. We saw a criminal who has coveted the kingdom's properties flee in this direction. Speak up if you have seen the wretch. The Chinokuns began walking up to the civilians and questioning them about the criminal's whereabouts. Despite all having seen the man jump into the haystack, all of them shake their heads and refuse to give up the criminal. Are they hiding him for some reason? Soon, the Chinokuns, having made their way through the crowd, approached us as well. What should we do? We're not Stitches. We're snitches? We're not getting stitches because we're not snitches. There you go. That's what I wanted to say. They call me a miracle lyrical genius. I think my brain might be melting for some reason. Yeah, let's just not snitch. Let's see. Alright, well, he's the only one who has a very high probability, so... I guess I'm going to trust him, but if he messes up again, I'm going to be very upset. There you go. Good boy. So he went that way, huh? Appreciate the assistance, of course. Once the group of Chinokuns hurried toward the direction I pointed them towards, the man crawled out of the haystack. Seeing that the Chinokuns had gone, some of the civilians walked up to the man and gave their thanks. Good work, you. Can't have those vile Chinokuns take a noble thief like you away. A thief of the people. They're all wretches, I say. Alright. Very well. Oh, that was good. Okay. Sorry, the reading is getting to me. I've been reading for 3 hours. Yet again, it's not really the reading itself, but it's the reading aloud that I'm not yet properly accustomed to. Okay, this is more... Well, what can you do? Is there just these 6? Okay, what are you doing? What is this? Oh, he's too slow, so he's just a bit useless in this scenario. Okay, I guess you can do this. Great, that should be good. I will say, of all the intervalos, I have to wonder if the final fight is going to be hard, because so far it's been very easy. So either the final fight is going to just punch me in the nose and I'm going to cry and like roll around on the floor, or it's going to be fine, I guess. Alright. This should be over with soon. Why are we awing? What's cute? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I am, after all, a fragile and fickle, I don't know. I don't really know. I'm a chud, okay? I'm a chud. I'm a fat little chud playing Limbus all day. Okay, you don't... Two people don't need to attack him. Definitely not. Yeah, just do this. There you go. Awesome. Do I stream on Twitch? Is that the question? No, I do not stream on Twitch. I have considered it, but it is a foreign platform to me. I mostly, well, you know, I made this channel mostly to make videos. My heavily, over-edited slop, you know how it is. So, I have not yet been on Twitch, no. It's scary. There's scary people on Twitch. Okay, don't think me, like, presumptuous or evil or, you know, like I have some sort of horrible prejudice, but every person I hear about that's on Twitch is like a freak or touches children. You know? It's a scary platform. Everyone on it is very intimidating. I feel like they're going to touch me if I go there. I don't want to be touched. I mean, not all of them, obviously, not all of them. But whenever I hear any kind of news that's like Twitch streamer does X, you know, Twitch streamer does X, and the X is always texting a minor, soliciting a minor, or I don't know, killing someone on stream. Let's do the final boss. Okay. But yeah, that's why I consider Twitch a scary place. Like a prey backed against the cliff's edge, I am left bereft of paths. My hand hesitates with no room to place the stone. Misjudgments burgeon when contemplations harrow the mind indeed. Now, all that remains is to neutralize that one enemy combatant in the yard. Tell me, who's waiting for us in there? You should know. This place and its enemies are projections of your memories. Not the hardest guess to make, is it? I expect to find Im Gyung-up in there. Gyung-up was a woman of loyalty and principles. Even as a military commissioner, she never stopped wanting to change the way of the royal court was. But even she must have broken in the end. I scoured the newspapers and TV for anything I could find on the current state of S-Corp. But it was plain as day that nothing had changed there since my departure. Yep, exactly what I said. Mentor, is that not but a baseless speculation? Your concerns grow uncontrollably. Never have you spoken to us about such a monstrous one in the past. Thus, what lies before you is but a figment of the distortion reflecting upon your memories. Oh, there she is. She's in her pretty form. Did this Im Gyung-up appear as that monster does, Mentor? No. Gyung-up wasn't like that. Oh, sorry, that's him. Gyung-up. I still believe that Salpipyo Agro Industries deserves to die. Oh, try streaming on Kick. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I should stream on Kick, and I should, like, film myself going into a department store and lighting it on fire, and then, like, I don't know, shooting a homeless person. Well, okay, I could get hate crimed. I could definitely get hate crimed. There are many ways I can get hate crimed myself, but consider I can do the hate criming. I can hate crime other people, and I can make $10 million doing that. Instead of streaming Limbus Company like a chud. That is a good idea, you know, maybe I should. Maybe I change my life path. Anyway, but destruction's not the point. The point is that I want it to be a place where I can cut away the avaricious corrupted and have it be a wing that cares for its common folk. Aw, look at him. He's so cute. If I didn't know better, I would have thought you were seeking to supplant the current escort. You know that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just a wanderer, floating down the river's flow to where the currents take him. When the river bent and I hit a wall, someone picked me up and made a blade out of me. Once abandoned, I returned to the flow and found myself a mentor to those who afforded me the undeserved faith. And the river continues to wind, carrying me back to, Escorp, once I had fled. Till I let the blade sing my inner thoughts. You think I'm satisfied with the way Escorp is? But your method, as it is now, goes against the principles. I expected better from someone of your wiles. If you enjoy those principles so much, then why ask me to leave the game? Because someone has to stay behind and try to bring change from the limits of their principles. I only hoped that one of those bends in that river of yours would float you back to knock on the gates of Escorp once it was primed for change. Has that changed? What do you think? You, at least, seem to think that I have, because you believe that I shall stand in your path. Oh, no, he's not fond of that. Is this... okay. Would you call this... because, listen, I don't want to... I mean, I think it's cute what they have going on, but I don't know any other word that they use, you know? You have Yuri, you have Yaoi, and then you have head slop, right? That's what they say. So is this doomed head slop? Is that what this is? Is it doomed head slop, guys? No. This is doomed head gem, okay? This is doomed head gem. I remembered what I can do. Stand in my path and stem the flow of this river evermore. Very well. The law states that denial of the will of the royal court is a crime deserving of death by beheading. I, Im Gyung-up, second ordinant of the Salpipyo Agro Industries, official of the sword, and military commissioner to the royal court, shall uphold the command. Oh, okay, that's a new expression. Head Joshi gang. That I don't like that one. I don't like Head Joshi. Not good. No, Kim is literally hallucinating his, like, doomed headgem girlfriend in his head, rejecting him. Like, what is he doing? He's like, no, she's going to kill me if I go back. You don't know! Go back! Come on, don't be a coward. But unfortunately, I suppose he is now bound to Shitbus Company. So that's unfortunate for him. Anyway, yeah, let's sever the buds of rebellion before they propagate. She's kind of like a Fate character, to be honest, isn't she? I already, in the first half, yesterday, I already compared Kim to looking like Shinji from Fate. He kind of looks like Hohenheim in his sprite, actually. Oh. But yeah, anyway. This is a lot of skills. I suppose I can't... I suppose I can P plus enter this. Alright. Well, let's just kill them, I guess. That's a guard. And that's a clash. Okay. Anapo, you're slow. Why are you slow? You're useless to me. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Can you do something? Verily. Okay, really does not like Faust. You need to unsheathe your blade 10,000 times. Unsheathe your blade even in your sleep. Okay, looks good. Go. Should I read what she does? Should I read it, or should I just like... Should I just, not... Should I LARP? Or should I not LARP? That's the question. Do I read what the skills do, or do I just, you know... Yeah. Usually it's fine, right? Usually you don't have to. I've never read in my life. I don't read. There's lore in passive. That's true, but I'll be honest, usually to read the lore, I go on limbuswiki.gg or whatever the domain is, and I just read it there. Because, you know, I'm fighting right now. Anyway, so far so good, right? I don't know. Can I read what the enemies do? If I wasn't a Limbus player, the answer would be yes, but I am a Limbus player. And look. My Don Quixote just did a cool thing. So I'm winning. I'm winning. That means I'm winning. Alright, let's see. Bleed. Poise. At 7+ swordplay of the homeland. Convert all coins into unbreakable coins. Yeah. Okay. And how does she get that? Turn start. Gain or lose 2 swordplay of the homeland. Stack based on battle form of the homeland on self. Does not activate in the first round of this encounter. Battle form of the homeland bear hunt. Gain stack, lose stack. Okay. What the fuck does this mean for me? What is she doing right now? Battle form of the homeland. Bear hunt. Use a pattern made of single coin skills. Okay. So she's gaining the stacks right now. What? Can I prevent that, or can I do I just hit her until she dies? I don't know. Scary. This is scary. I'm scared. I'm scared of so many things. I mean, it just says that she gains them if she uses skills, so I guess I can't really do anything, right? Well, we already did this fight once. It was fine. It was okay. Nothing wrong's happening. I don't even have to start killing my guys yet. Alright, let's see. Oh, he's doing something too. He's helping. Thank you so much, Aura Monster. Is there a turn limit? No, it's a dungeon. What am I talking about? Of course there's not a turn limit. Can you use your brain for it, like, split of a second? We're inflicting nails, but I don't think that's doing much for us. How many nails is that now? 8 nails. That's what, 4 bleed? Is that 4 bleed next turn? I mean, it's pretty impressive. Youch. Okay, she's still in this. So, how much does she have? Swordplay of the 3, sorry. I couldn't see over the blood. Alright. It's not Daniel's birthday today. It was like years ago. You know what? Daniel's not even relevant anymore. He's dead. Daniel's dead. He died. It's Uyuu now. Uyuu, you know, X guy. Surely, if you know anything about LARPing, then you know that Uyuu is the guy now. Do I let her die? No. I wouldn't do that. We'll see. Can you do something useful? Sorry. That came out really mean. Yeah, so far we just win Clash. Win Clash, win video game. It's not Daniel's birthday! Stop it. It's not his birthday anymore. You are so out of date. Do I? You know what? You know what? I'm starting to feel like a little bit of fluids. How much do I have? It's not enough to cast it again. We'll see what happens after this turn, I suppose. After we get Furioso down, I guess I'll start killing them. Maybe. Do I start killing them after we get the... I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I don't have to start killing them. Maybe everything is fine and okay. We're kind of stacking bleed, I think, because of the nails. That's honestly impressive. By all accounts, this is going quite well. He's drawing his sword 10,000 times. 2 damage is survivable. That's okay. Oh, she has 3 fragile, too. I'm sure that's in the passive somewhere. But I'd have to read if I wanted to know. Alright, let's see this. It's pretty good. Very good, very good. It could be better, could be worse. Could be a lot worse. We could be using Blade Lineage Salsu Faust right now. Things could be certainly worse. Alright. This is the other form. She's going to lose this now. How many coins is the Unbreakable? This is at 6 plus poise, so I can't. That's kind of. I can't even do anything about that. More than 6, gain final power. Convert all coins into unbreakable coins. That's 7. Okay, so ideally, I don't want her to be at 7, right? No, yet again, I don't even know if I can do anything about that. Alright, That's unbreakable. I'm not gonna do that on you, because you're going to die. He didn't take, like, any damage from it, so it should be fine. What? Why do I have Roseate Desire on him? What am I doing with my life? Inflict... You know what, let's do more fragile. That sounds good. Is that not the one that... Tiger Hunt? Lose stack. It's the one that loses stack. It's alright. Everything's okay. Oh, Tiger Hunt wants high swordplay. Ah, well, listen. So I'm dying. I'm dying. So far, so good. Everything is fine. You don't even have to worry about it. This game is literally for babies. Can you not? It's not Neolithic goons. That's not a phrase that exists in the English language. I understand what you're trying to say, though. I suppose in some way it is. Alright, skill 1. Go get her, Kim. I feel like it's definitely too dark for my form to be maintained properly. I'm maintaining the keyfabe, you know? I'm a good VTuber. Oh. She seems to be doing a bunch of unbreakable coins. That's probably because of all the poise, yeah. And then, you know, I think I'm playing it perfectly. I think I'm playing it the best way anyone can play it. For sure. He's not okay. He's not yielding. He's not yielding yet. But I am 100% convinced that there is going to be a yield my flesh cutscene. Like surely, yeah. Yield my flesh is like claim their bones is probably the most famous single attack from the video game. So I'm sure they're going to do something with it. And then we can yell. Then we can yell out to the LARPs. The Neolithic LARPs. Alright, what is she doing? She's still what is that? Tiger Hunt, yeah. Use a pattern of multi-coin skills. Im Gyung-up gains advantage at lower swordplay of the homeland. Okay. The Furioso is right here, and it is admittedly cooler. But if we're talking purely about like the one attack that if you ask anyone who has ever been affiliated with the community or LARPed the community, at least before this guy came out, because let's be real, 90% of the Limbus player base never has heard of Furioso before him, but at least before he came out, it was definitely claim their bones. Yield my flesh. There he is. He's doing it. Oh, he's yielding it. He's yielding it. What can you do? Do something for me. Furioso. You have defense power down. That's incredible. Thank you. This is like a bad evil skill. But you know what? I have no fear. My fear is at 0. That's a defense. Surely you can deal with this, yes? I mean, I guess that's true. No. You know, I don't think it is true. I don't think it is. I genuinely think that the Roblox children don't actually know what Furioso is. They just know the guy from Illusions or whatever he is. Was that lagging? Okay, he yielded his flesh. That was nice of him to do. He didn't claim any bones. But it's okay, I'm pretty sure she's getting staggered. There's the guy from the Roblox game. But while they do know Roland as the Roblox guy, I genuinely don't think they know what Furioso is. They don't even know his name. Of course they don't know. They don't even know that his name is Roland. Did I win? Did I win? Do I kill her now? Oh, he's dying of bleed. Oh lord. Oh lord. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I think this is over. Unless she has a stagger recovery. Unless she has a stagger recovery, then this is the end. She doesn't. Does she have another phase, by chance? Doesn't look like it. Was that it? Conditions unmet. Okay, there's one scary thing right there. I don't even have to follow the prescripts anymore. Alright, yeah, kill her. Go. There we go. That should do it. Is that it? Is that it? Did we win? He's not as powerful as I recall, yet weighed down by the brand. I'm not so far ahead or behind. I don't know. I think you're doing pretty well. Verily, they appear evenly matched, yet... He's wielding that sword like he's trying to get himself killed. That blade work is far beneath him. Seeking the end here, is he? Oh. Can you afford to look away in a duel? What are you doing? You'd rather lock your sword with mine than parry it away? Can't have a proper sword fight without a blade lock, though, huh? The duel between the mentor of a syndicate and a military commissioner of S-Corp is neck to neck. Clash after clash. The two warriors eventually lock their blades in a contest of might before it comes to a close in a final, fatal bout. When the dust settles, the mentor lies in the sand, dead. Why is he suicidal? Well, I know why. If that is what you want, I will grant it, but he needs to stop. Good. Let's finish this. Just as Bamboo-Hatted Kim and Im Gyung-up readied for their final bout, Ang-du leaped between them. Ang-du? Oh, that is the most pathetic sprite he has so far. That is impressive. Are you really so ashamed that you would choose death over life, Mentor? Are you so scared to live that you would rather die? Yes, I am. I am scared. I am terrified of my own audacity to live my days as though I hadn't failed everything and everyone who had the misfortune of placing their faith in me. My mission, my honor, my fellows, as though my path isn't haunted by ghosts, as though I can stand shamelessly before the watching eyes of the heavens. What have I even done with the life that was given to me? Blind to the realities of my homeland, I served a master who chose the politics over loyalty and justice. I cut down my very fellows who chose to trust a fool like me. I walked my entire life as the flow carried me, and when I finally had the mind to look back, all I saw were blood-red traces everywhere I had gone. Isn't it about time I admitted that this game cannot be won? That... Mentor, the weakness in your strength has failed your mission. The weakness in your position has failed your honor, and the weakness in your heart had become the fiendish blade that cut down your fellows. Ang-du, I thought you were here to talk me into keeping on living, yet your words pain me so. He was like blorbo baiting. He was like, if I'm a sad, pathetic, wet, little puppy or something in the rain, she's going to tell me to be good and live. What weakness of yours is it this time, that you would cast away your own creed in life? What other weakness will you use as an excuse today? Stop trying to bear responsibilities asked not of you. The Blade lineage was never about responsibility, nor was it about you, Mentor. Or does your overbearing guilt help you overestimate your importance? What was that saying again? Fellow travelers in the same boat will aid one another? Not a single soul demanded that of you. Talk about kicking a man when he's down. And I have had enough of that flippant larking of yours. We all have. Do you truly believe that not a single one of us had picked up on the fact that all of your levity was a means of relieving yourself of the burden you had cast upon your own shoulders? None of us ever demanded some impossible feat from you. What was it that you've always said to describe yourself? That you are but a butchering blade that wields not itself, a tool wielded by willing hands? Why, Mentor, I know not what kind of shame or responsibilities a mere tool has. Do you? Because I fail to see any. Well, she's really killing him. If the shame does not subside still, then shroud your face with that bamboo hat of yours and live on. Live on, so that you may repay your debts. Out of blades, out of arrows. Whatever that says. Even the heart that sought death lies defeated at your feet. There is no stone left for my next gambit. There is nothing more. Indeed. Perhaps there was some merit in your work. Is that the distortion bell? That I must retreat from this silly game of stones and become a fiend of blades. Mentor, that is not what I said. Interesting. Whence did you hear that poem? Yes, when inverted, a bamboo hat is like an unladen ship. Angdu and Gyumup were knocked away from bamboo-hatted Kim as though bounced off by... Is he distorting right now? Kim raises his gaze to meet the empty air as though someone were there. A hollow laughter escaping his lips. We know who he's talking... Not again! Oh, come on. You can pull yourself together, man. Is he distorting again? It's the voice. But your last move was not a good one. Indeed, I did wish to become a blade. And what did you do? Forged me into an indiscriminate one that cleaves blindly into friend and foe both. It seems that in your excitement you have you have cornered yourself with that last move. Well, as it seems that I have had an opportunity to retrace our past moves, allow me to try something different. Okay, he's just going to manifest ego then. Ah, be not so vexed by this round. As you say, we never know what the next game shall bring. I appreciate and will treasure the other bits of your advice. But let us play by my rules for tonight's game. Something's different this time, innit? He ain't distorting. I think that's an efflorescence, perhaps. Nothing is for certain indeed. The ominous fucking bell. Okay, hold on to your bamboo hats, everyone. He's about to yield it. Yet I trust that the words of my last remaining follower have also reached your ears, I am but a tool wielded by willing hands. Nothing in my life has ever been certain. I know not whether this move is what cements my defeat, but I desire it to be a victorious stone nonetheless. Thank you. I will take what encouragement I can. That's strange. Invisible pressure dissipates, and the armored woman, Im Gyung-up, readjusts her grip on the sword. Kim turned around to look at her, and I saw that a weighty shadow seemed to have been lifted from his face, replaced by a mix of relief and determination. Oh! Feel the aura! It's Sans! Sans Undertale has come! A bit embarrassing to change my stance now, but... now I fight to live. And I suppose you will be okay with that. Of course. Okay, here it comes! Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. He's doing it. He's yielding it. Oh my, okay. I have to prepare myself. I have to mentally prepare myself. This is going to be... you have no idea. This is going to be on TikTok for 20 years. Over and over. It's going to be in the edits. This is the moment. This is the #1 moment of all time. To hide from heaven's gaze, this hat I wore. An empty boat. It bore my friends along. In bamboo veiled, we drift from shore to shore. With wine, I don my hat to watch blooms throng. In mirth, I doff that shroud to moon adore. Oh! So with this bamboo hat to veil my brow, his ego is his stupid hat. That's incredible. His ego is just his sprite from Ruina. Oh, feel the aura, bathe in it, be swallowed by it. This is the real aura monster, standing with us right now. Oh my. I'm honored. I am honored to be witnessing this. So with this bamboo hat to veil my brow, though winds and rain may rage, I shall not throw. Oh, she's evil. Wait, she also has aura. It's aura monster versus Hey You, honestly. Hi to me, bamboo-hatted one. Speak your name, for I find your outfit dubious of character. I am he who has mentored the lineage of blades to its premature end. They really are upping the budget on the SFX. It is kind of cool. It also kind of looks like some of the really elaborate Limbus Company alternative universe edits that are on YouTube, if anyone's ever seen those. What to call a man who has failed to disburden himself of the world? How to name a man who has failed to bear the weight of the world? There is none. So call me Bamboo-Hatted Kim. Bamboo-hatted Kim, the treasonous wretch. Oh. Oh. I don't know if they're in Unreal. I think they might be. No, not that. But it's similar. Anyway, that was the aura. That was the aura moment. That was the thing that will be forever and ever repeated on my TikTok feed until the day I die. The photographs rapidly pulled away from reality, perhaps because Kim had successfully managed to face his own past. When the photographs and memories that were overlaid upon the phantoms are pulled away, what remains is a man in dirty, ragged clothing. The phantoms of S-Corp slowly lose grip on this world, and soon reveals the phantoms of the distortion that was hidden beneath it. I see residents of the back streets in their blissful highs from taking the canned experiences. Yeah, so it is... Okay, so N-Corp is literally just funneling fentanyl. They're just funneling fentanyl into S-Corp. And a man who's watching them with disapproval. Why? Why? Why is everyone running away from all this? A baker, always surrounded by the smell of freshly baked bread. A florist who makes lovely bouquets. I'll be honest, they look like they're dying. For graduating youngsters. A photographer who captures beautiful sights to remember. They're our lives, our experiences. You want to be a billionaire with an extravagant mansion in a nest? A legendary fixer who can make the syndicates cower in fear just by going on a stroll? What you get from those cans is not real. Is everything in your lives, all of this, just empty means to an end? So that you can get high on fake, purchased experiences nailed into a can? If that's all your life is, then my life and the photographs I've taken are all... No, it can't be. My life, those experiences and memories I've photographed are different. You're all blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience without a care about the real thing. That's why you're all floundering, grasping at illusions. So, let me show you the things I've shot. The memories, the experiences, the reality of your lives. Ooh. What does Merso have to say about all of this? It was only in passing, but I glimpsed an unmistakable grimace, a scowl on Merso's face. Yeah, he's been doing that a lot. I reflected upon the events of today, and could at least begin to guess as to why that might be. You don't believe there's any experience in either canned experience or that guy's photographs, do you, Merso? Because experiences and memories aren't the same thing. What really distinguishes them, I wasn't sure. Correct, manager. But what I knew was that the distinction was, for whatever reason, important to Merso. Gen Z is smoking canned experience, yes. I've already made that joke like twice, so I didn't feel like making it again, but thank you for doing it for me. I was tempted. Oh. There he is. Huh? A figure materializes into a humanoid form, swirling out of the projector. He must be the distortion's... And next to him is another figure. I clicked by accident. Stumbling out in a giant suit of armor. Blimey, that thing's still alive? Bottom gear. Sorry. It is but an overlay of phantoms created within a distorted space. The concept of life and death has little meaning for such a thing. It faint does she grow. It must be that distortion's power is waning. Hark, accursed one, for these are your crimes. The crime of fomenting chaos in a foreign wing while impersonating Chinookans of Salpipio Agro Industries. The crime of exploiting the suffering of Salpipio Agro Industries downtrodden as a mere veil for one's own phantoms. Is she going to fucking kill him? Oi. Oi, Huey. Let's slurp. Is she going to just kill this guy? Though it be but a part of reenactment, impersonating a military commissioner of the kingdom without the royal decree. Pursuant to the law of the homeland, the accused is to be sentenced to death by beheading. No, we went through so much trouble to bring him back, and she's just going to cut his head off. Okay, get lay hanged, whatever. Sure, fine. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit. I guess it was all for nothing. And before we even had the chance to step in or anything, the faint mirage-like warrior brought down his sword on the Dokugrafor's neck, decapitating him. Oh, dude, that's kind of fucked up. What the hell? that's messed up. Can an entity of the Fathoms slay one outside it? Such an instance has heretofore never been observed, but as it is happening right now, right before our eyes, I can only say yes. Young Up is a woman of principle. She would have done the same to the bitter end had she truly been here. As the headless body of the inflection point crumples to the floor, I think that was a guy. I think it was a real guy. I think we're reducing him to a statistic. That's very American of us. Im Gyung-up's shape slowly phases out of reality, and we found ourselves back in the projection room. And there... No way. Don't tell me that headless corpse is... Oh my... It's still on the screen. I have to cover that up. I have to cover it up for YouTube. We found a large group of injured N-Corp staff thrown pell-mell about the room, and Ezra, who was looking down at the headless body of the Dokugrafor. Okay. Whew. There we are. Here's the damage. Faust was kind of underwhelming. Alright, I assume this is the final node. Let's finish this then. Yep, right on. Gotcha, team leader. And that's the initial report done. Good work, guys. Tucking her radio back in, Ezra commended us in a relieved voice. The distortion has perished in the mission. Will that not cause trouble? Yeah, that kinda sucks. But it's not like you guys could help it. Who would have thought that the distortion would kill its own inflection point? If we knew that in advance, we probably would have prepared something to stop it, but eh. Well, that's for the LCD and the team leader to investigate. All in all, this mission was still a success, since we managed to eradicate that distortion from N-Corp, not to mention satisfying our client. Also, Ezra looked toward Angdu and Kim with a light-hearted shrug, clearly less concerned than she had been earlier. Now I finally know why you've been disappearing on your own without letting us know. Glad you don't seem to have any more reason to, though, so it's all good. Hey, that's the real win of this mission in my book. Phewie. The point is, we did it. Oh, she's so nice. We did the thing. It's done. Gosh, I swear, I'm never doing one of these with a team leader ever again. And she's gay. Seriously, I got this close to losing it more than a few times. It seemed that the responsibility of looking after her LCD juniors had kept her stressed and high-strung throughout the mission. I hadn't noticed it, but her brows had finally relaxed, bringing back the chipper Ezra I was more familiar with. Thus, I shall not abide by more of your indolence. You will now join us on missions and tasks as you are expected to. Is that understood, Mentor? Seriously, what is going on with them? This is the scariest intervallo. I do. Would you mind releasing the hems of my sleeve? Oh, what I wouldn't give to lie down and pass out right about now. The raw emotion in Kim's voice had likewise faded, and with Angdu's voice no longer as barbed as it had been in the Fathoms, it seemed to me that the two were back to the more relaxed selves I knew. Yeah, sure. We'll accept it. Can't exactly say more relaxed for Kim though, because that's how he's always been. At least from what I've seen in any case. Fine, you are released. Phew, you've given me a good, hard shake. I don't feel so good. Turns into dust. Say, Youngdu, I'm afraid they may have gone overboard with upgrading your arm. With your hem released, allow me to reiterate that... Stop. My heart finds peace as well, as I watch them bicker. Is everyone doing okay? Yes, Executive Manager. Our forces have only suffered minor injuries that do not require you to go through the trouble of rewinding the clock. Hang on, mate. You've got a dislocated shoulder. No, I'm not doing it. I've got a dislocated shoulder. I can pop that right back into place for you. Allow me, I've taken care of similar injuries in the field. Yeah, and guess what happened to the last time I let you do that? You rotated my bloody arm the wrong way and turned the bones in my shoulder into little chips. Oh, she's pretty fucking strong if she can do that, honestly. Don't sweat it. I can rewind that. By now, I've already grown used to the pain of rewinding the sinner's injuries. A dislocated shoulder shouldn't be a big deal. I have ought to ask thee, a clarification if thou wilt. Yeah? Dost thou recall how, as we battled the N-Corp's, pin frame team, the foes have taken photographs of us? And? They are those who were sent to identify and capture the one who had violated a taboo, forsooth? As we stood in their path, 'tis no mystery why we had to come to blows, yet I find this to be most perplexing. Wherefore did they take so many photographs of us? Yeah, I'm starting to get a bit of a premonition here. Maybe they were taking photographs to report their locations? Recording footage is taboo in N-Corp, meaning they can't install security cameras here. Their only option for keeping a consistent record when tracking down a case or a person is by photographs. Thine words hold water, yet most puzzling forsooth. For I recall with clarity that from a certain point they had begun photographing us with renewed obsession. Oh, hey, that sounds like a question for Marceau. Given how often I had to rely on the information Marceau had provided me in this mission, I think I've gotten enough practice on how to phrase my questions the right way and pull the answers I need from him. I couldn't get him to tell us his own judgments on matters, but since he seems to have a near photographic memory of what he's seen... Marceau, do you remember how many pictures of us the N-Corp staff took? I do. 56 times. That's a lot of pictures. You actually remember the exact number of times they shot us? I do. It's always so neat seeing his memory in action. So did you get the chance to see which one of us got the most photographs taken? I did. Oh, who is it? Who is it? Is it me? I make for a fine model if I do say so myself. No, it wasn't you. It was me. No. 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 The Canto 10, the gaze bearing, it's here. It's coming. Huh? But why? It's gonna be something really stupid or fucked up, let's say. I mean, what's the most statistically likely reason that it was you? It was at that moment... okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Canto 10, the gaze bearing. Here it is. Trademark. I heard the sound of pebbles crunching under boots approaching us, louder and louder. What the heck? N-Corp. Oh, dang it. Are you here because we beat up some of your guys? Listen here, we had to, because of the distortion, see? It is as she says. The skirmish was an unfortunate consequence of combating the distortion phenomenon. Limbus Company provides a customer damage compensation program in case of such unforeseen events. Instead of engaging us in battle, please elect to contact the emergency response team at our headquarters as your first... Yes, we fully understand the circumstances surrounding the battle, and we intend to submit an expeditious request for damage compensation as you have recommended. But we are here on different business, so if you would be so kind as to let us speak. Different business? Okay. Here we go. Here it is. They are here to arrest me, manager. Hold on, Marceau, let's hear them out. What? Marceau did not resist. He walked past us and joined the group of N-Corp employees. No! No, what is he doing? Please confirm that you are Marceau, formerly one who nails? He's fucking what? He's what? He's what? One who nails? One who nails. Okay, he's the one who nails? And a former member of the maintenance and management team at the Grand Magazine Sessif headquarters. So, the one who nails. Okay. Okay. Confirmed. By the decree of the giant. Who is that? Who is the giants? You have been expelled from N-Corp, with imprisonment as the penalty for non-compliance. Pursuant to Article 12 of the Eviction Regulations, you have also been informed that remaining in N-Corp's district for more than 6 hours may subject you to immediate arrest. Please confirm that your memory pertaining to the above incident has not been expunged, and you are of sound mind to recall it entirely. Just... Okay, Merceau. Just say, I don't remember, okay? Confirmed. Yes, I knew. I knew he would. Very well. Then, in keeping with the regulations, I hereby notify you that you are now subject to arrest and transport. Place your hands behind your back, and please offer no resistance. I am required to inform you that resistance may incur further penalties. Wait. Stop. What the hell is going on? Good question. Wait, forget all that. Did you know this would happen, Merceau? Merceau, who stood calmly with his with his arms behind his back as the N-Corp employees handcuffed him, nodded placidly in my direction. He does not give a fuck. I did, manager. Then why the heck Okay, do you really have to ask? Do you have to ask? You know the answer is, because you did not ask. It was less of a question and more a reflex, but I didn't need to hear his reply to know why. Right. I never asked, did I? You did not. I'd say, you should have warned us way earlier, but you just reply, I will follow those instructions going forward, right? Yes, I would. Subject now in custody. From this moment onward, you are considered a suspect and will be transported to N-Corp headquarters for your trial. As for the rest of you, would you be the organization the suspect is a part of? Organize your arse. What in the bloody hell do you think you're... Heathcliff, you are about to antagonize N-Corp, a wing. In the absence of a reasonably justifiable cause, such as a contract, engaging in battle with the city's corporate entities is strongly discouraged. Yeah? And we're just supposed to twiddle our thumbs while they drag him away? This must be another piece of information they neglected to tell me. Yet another development that was set in stone. Despite her calm and collected explanation, I could tell that this wasn't, not a pleasant situation for Faust either, as she was sending an uncomfortable glance at the N-Corp's employees. So, where are you taking him? A trial will be scheduled for the execution of the exile's sentence. They replied dispassionately as they took Merceau into custody. We looked back at them, not knowing what to do or say. The late afternoon sun pricked at us, oh god, like 1,000 hot needles. Don't get blinded by the sun now. Merceau, now in cuffs, gazed at us with an expression that would not have seemed out of place on any ordinary day. Okay, he just does not give a fuck. Okay. Okay, sure. Alright, Merceau's under arrest. He's gone. We'll never see him again. Let me get the Honglu. I need to calm down after that. Okay, that's Honglu acquired. Right, well. Say goodbye to Merceau until Canto 10, everybody. And I suppose say goodbye to me as well. I will be ending the stream now. Whew, what an intervallo, huh? Yes, thank you for my box. Well, that was definitely something, though. Definitely something. Tomorrow, I have other things to do, so probably no stream tomorrow. However, on Sunday, I think I'm going to stream the railway, or at least a part of it. I have to leave early on Monday, so I might not stay for long, because it gets late, but we'll see. We'll see. Alright. Anyway, that's the information for then. Say hello to my waiting screen. It's not the wait, I don't know what to call this. This is just a screen. Look at the leg proportions, look at them. They are Library of Ruina accurate and Limbus accurate. I just thought I'd show it off again. Anyway, yeah. Thank you all for coming here. I'm still really bad at saying goodbye, so goodbye, and see you probably on Sunday. I am ending the stream now.